Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hello everyone, my name is Sam. I'm a professional dungeon master with over 11 years of experience. Professional is a strong word, but I guess I'm a professional now. And I will be running the game and trying to bring the world kind of to life for you guys and in your minds and all that great good stuff. Madam?
Hello, everybody. Good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are. I am Madam Wigglesworth of the channel Madam Wigglesworth, and I make ASMR roleplay videos that are specifically geared to the LGBT community. You can find me at Twitter under Madam Speaks ASMR and on Instagram under Madam Wigglesworth. I play Alfyur Balsting, who is a halfling rogue thief who's a little gruff and blunt at times, but there is more going on than she lets on.
Hi, everybody. I'm YuuriVoice, ASM artist, and a general voice actor guy person. I am playing Howell the Bastard, who is a half-elf fighter with commitment issues.
Hey, I'm Cardlin from CardlinAudio here. My bad. Are we calling out names somewhere? Is there a chat where we're... Okay, I'll be playing Jedidiah Dorpe, the gentle giant everyone loves to love. He's a barbarian who's just a massive tree trunk of a man, but he's got a noble, naive, and sweet soul. And he's really excited because he ended last week with a giant blanket full of sweets. Who's next? I'll pass it off to Raegar.
Me. Hey everybody, I am Shadowy Whispers, and I will be playing Raegar, the half-orc fighter, aka Triple Champ. And he's here to arrive, raise hell, and then leave.
All right, happy Sunday, ladies and gents. I'm Morrigan from MorriganAudio, and my character is a tiefling druid named Rowan the Bright. She's full of sass, and strength, and apparently has become the mother figure of the group. We'll see if that continues this week.
There always has to be one. Always.
As a quick reminder, you can join in the game and kind of be a part of it and help us out. Any super chats you make or any donations you make through Streamlabs all go towards a bar that builds up. You'll see it at the bottom of your screen. As those hearts fill up, we get those dice that we can add to our rolls. They really helped us out last week, pulled us out of some very tight situations, and we really appreciated it. Also, for every $30, any donation of $30 or more, you get to choose a name of an NPC that will be introduced at some point during the campaign. We've already got a little list of NPCs that we're going to be introducing, and we've already had a couple of NPCs that we've had the honor of meeting thus far, and it's been a lot of fun.
Don't mind me clicky-clacking on my keyboard, I apologize. I'm just keeping track of the 8 million different notepads I have open on my screen right now.
Well, we are ASM artists, so it's okay.
And behind the scenes, a huge thank you and always a big warm hug to the lovely Luna Rose, who is running everything and keeping the show running and helping us make sense of this. Believe it or not, despite her amazing and best efforts to keep everything on track, we still managed to mess up the stream today a couple times. But we're finally on track, and we're good to get going. Oh, there we go. Start filling up the dice here.
Yay. All right. Let's see. I saw somebody earlier ask what happened last time. I'll do a recap. Don't worry. I got you. Let's see. Are we still waiting on people to show up?
No, I think we're good. Let's fire it up.
We're good? All right, lovely. Well then, let's bring it back in. So, last time on Tingles and Dragons, our party of adventurers participated in the Harvest Open Festival, a delightful celebration of not only the beginning of the harvest season, but also a celebration of our heroes who had assisted the town in getting rid of some unsavory characters, including their mayor, who had some nefarious dealings before the stream. So they successfully thwarted that plot and were celebrated in the festival. They played many carnival games. Raegar was made the triple champ after having beaten not only the arm wrestling competition that was held against Sabrina, an undefeated Goliath woman. Not only having done that, he also conquered the game of knockdown that was set up by his sensei, self-proclaimed sensei, in the mud pit, as well as being victorious in a third game as well. He won the jousting competition. So he was named the triple champ and had a wonderful time. Lots of delicious triple champ. Lots of delicious sweets were had. Lots of delicious sweets were had, and the whole thing ended with our heroes participating in the ale pit and drinking themselves senseless for the most part before Raegar went off on his date with Sabrina. And the party was told of a interested party who wanted to hire them named Valen Dren. And then they went to sleep in their various locations. And that is where we are going to pick up. So, I have a very targeted question for Alfie. Do you have a room by yourself?
I imagined that I did, yes.
Okay. Wonderful. So, as you are sleeping, I know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so sinister. As you are sleeping, you are actually awoken, just sensing some eyes on you. And as you wake up and look around, you see a halfling man with a crossbow trained on you, standing at the other end of your room. He puts a finger to his lips, and you recognize in the dim candlelight the Thieves Guild individual who you had spoken with earlier. He puts a finger up to his lips and starts softly singing, just in the halfling language. There stands a house where shines no light. Silence reigns in day and night. Flee, unwelcome children of day. The children of the gallows are out to play. Alfyur, I know you know who has it. And you're gonna go get it for me before they wake up.
Talk about your rude awakenings. And what if I don't?
Then I'll go get it. And you don't want me to do that. You know I can. I'll be less considerate.
I kind of look at him evenly, sort of narrow my eyes a little. Fine. But on the condition that you wait right here.
That's fine with me. I've got men in every room. Waiting. Your friends aren't the most observant in the world.
I slowly get up and make my way towards the door to where Rowan's room is.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Okay. Ba-boop. Let's see, stealth. Where are you? Where are you still? There you are. Okay.
Okay. Second page with your abilities.
Yeah.
24. All right. You manage to sneak your way over to Rowan's room and gently ease the door without waking her.
And the one brief time she and I had talked about this, she had told me that she had the item in question on her person. So I'm going to have to assume, starting with clothing first, is there like a robe or something that she's taken off, or like some like typical outerwear of hers that is
That is actually up to Rowan.
Rowan?
I have laid down in my clothing, just conked out.
Okay, fully clothed.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm going to very quietly sneak over to the bedside and start fishing through any pockets that Rowan has, see if I can find it.
Okay, make an investigation check. And while you do that, Rowan, where's the acorn?
It is hidden in a pouch, kind of tucked beneath my bosom.
Okay.
Of course it is.
It takes you a minute. Carefully searching. But eventually you do notice the pouch. It does take you, with a 10, it takes you a little bit longer than you would have liked to have spent in the room. And while you're in there, you hear just a gentle... And you catch sight of 2 Thieves Guild members standing in the corner by the window, both with crossbows, aimed at Rowan, just watching you quietly.
I hold up the pouch and raise my eyebrows as if to say, like, here, you see, this is it. And I quietly step away from the bed and I walk over to them, and still holding it in my hand, I hold it out and I say, now get out.
One of them smiles at you, gestures to the door, and he slips out of the window without taking it. The other one, once again, gives you a little bit of a nod and a smile, points to the door, and in Halfling says, go give it to the boss. And he too disappears out the window.
I'm gonna go over to the door and I'm gonna take. Is there a gap in the door at all, like at the bottom?
Yeah, it's the town's structure doesn't allow for completely sealed bottoms to these doors. They're wooden doors.
Okay, then I'm gonna go over to the door and I'm gonna check underneath it, just see if I can see him directly outside the door.
Okay. There doesn't appear to be anyone out there right now. You don't need to roll for that.
Okay. And I take a look at the pouch, and then I take a long look at Rowan, and I quietly open the door and step through and quietly close it.
Okay. Your stealth check still holding.
Okay. And I imagine he's back in my room, or do I see him in the hallway?
You don't see him out in the hallway.
Okay. Then I make my way back into my room.
Okay. You go back in there, and he's still waiting, just sitting there, humming to himself.
And I shut the door. I walk over to him. And I hold it out. And I say, look, we did what he asked us to do. So leave us alone.
Be careful, Alfyur Balsting, sharp mind. Making a deal with the House of Gallows is not to be taken lightly. I'll let it slide this time, because you did eventually give it to me. But don't think I can't hear everything y'all say. I know that you had no intention of doing so. Be careful. And he takes 2 steps to the window, clutching now the pack that you gave him. And then, in a small puff of smoke, he completely vanishes. No. Is there anything else that you would like to do before heading back to bed?
How long is it before dawn?
At this point, difficult to tell. The sky's pretty overcast, but you guess that you probably have about an hour before the sun comes up.
Okay. I'm going to... I'll go back to bed, but I'm not going to fall asleep.
Okay. All right, that's fine. You got enough of a rest to have a full long rest at this point. So, as the morning comes, and those of you who slept well rested after a long day of activity, rise. As you will, it's at different times from your various rooms. I would like everyone to tell me where they are coming from, considering the evening you had the day before. Where are you all rising from? I know, Alfie, you're in your room.
Howell went back to his room as well.
Okay.
And yeah, no additional shenanigans for the evening.
No additional shenanigans. And he managed to stagger his way back to his room. Delightful. Jed?
Jed probably fell asleep amidst, like, in the middle of the blanket of sweets. Like, a bunch of them, like, splayed out on his belly and his chest and stuff, just sleeping in, like, a cloud of sugary confections.
Amazing. Raegar?
So he spent the night at Sabrina's.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And when we woke up fairly early, because you guys know Raegar's, his training regimen. He wakes up early to work out, and Sabrina, I would assume that Sabrina would also join him in said workout.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, she is formidable.
Yes. So that is what we did.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna not be gross and just say that you have a D4 of inspiration that you can use at any time.
All right.
With no performance checks necessary.
Thank you.
Quadruple champ.
Quadruple
champ.
Oh my god.
All right, Rowan, what are you up to? But I'm assuming you're still in your room actually as well, because that's where Alfie found you.
Yes.
So, the sun comes up over the city. People still recovering from the festival. You can hear the sounds of people and activity happening outside as you hear birds chirping. A brisk morning cold clings to the outside of your blankets as you all awake. The day is yours to do with as you please.
Well, Howell, much like the morning of the festival, makes his way down to the dining area pretty early just to sit. But instead of looking into getting any food or anything, he's idly checking out the card he got from the Tiefling fortune teller yesterday.
Right. Okay. Looking it over, there doesn't appear to be anything particularly special about it. It's just the card.
He's just thinking about the implications.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you are the first one down. It's a reasonably busy at this point. The barkeep from the day before comes up to you and goes like, "Right, so don't worry. I got more food yesterday from the whole festival and all that great stuff. So you won't have to worry about feeding the big guy. I've got it taken care of. And besides that, you were so gracious yesterday. I'm not going to charge you today."
Well, I appreciate that. Though one of our large friends might have had a different appetite taken care of.
I heard.
Yeah.
It's a rare man that looks at a Goliath woman and says, "Yup, that'll do me."
You are not wrong, my friend.
I wouldn't, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have the balls.
Well, Raegar is one of a kind.
I think we're figuring that out in this little town. Anyway, breakfast.
Yes, I'll take a plate of whatever you've got.
Great, it'll be stew and biscuits for you then.
Oh, nice.
So he heads into the back and comes out with a plate with a single kind of tough biscuit sitting on a shallow bowl of what appears to be some kind of lamb stew. And he also brings out with it a small cup of coffee. There you go. I didn't know if you wanted it or not, but it's the brew of the gods as far as I'm concerned.
I appreciate it.
Okay. So the rest of you.
I want to be singing very loudly and obnoxiously outside
Okay.
as I come back to see my friends, and I just kick the door in, and I'm like, "Barkeep, what up? I'm gonna need at least a whole tankard of 5 tankards of breakfast stout, okay? Get me your finest meat. And Tiny Howell, my friend, what's going on?"
Howell just looks up at him while he's dunking his biscuit in the stew and just leaves it in the stew. And hello, Raegar.
Wait.
You seem bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I don't have a tail, I have tusk.
Bright-eyed and
Half orcs don't have tails. That's
I.
what are you trying to say to me? You know, Tiny Howell, you've been hanging around Rowan a little bit too long because you're kind of being a little dumb.
No, it. My biscuit breaks off into the stew.
Your biscuit broke. You got a broke biscuit.
Yeah.
You gonna eat that?
I am. You're gonna have some too here in a minute, I'm sure.
I don't want biscuits. I want like meat. Can I have like half of that biscuit?
You know what? Absolutely.
Oh, sweet.
While you stuff your face, the barkeep comes back with a sheaf of bacon for you, having heard your request, along with a half a biscuit, not realizing the whole request. Puts it down and drops your first breakfast stout next to you, just mixed with a little bit of coffee. And he puts it down and goes like, "So, triple champ. That's what they say you've been saying.
Yeah, I'm a triple champ now. Triple champ.
That sounds just wonderful. You know what? I'm not gonna ask. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to ask. I'm just gonna. And he turns and walks into the back.
What are you gonna ask? Hey, don't turn away from me. What's he gonna ask? I don't understand.
He was gonna ask if there was anything else you needed, probably.
Anything else I needed? Oh my God! And I just grab Howell and I shake him and I'm like, Howell, my skull! I have enough money for my skull!
Yeah, you do. My stew has now like been splattered all over the table. That is good. You just keep on winning.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Wow.
on winning. I'm gonna win all the belts.
So whoever would like to awaken next, you can all do it if you would like. And unless you have something specific you would like to do this morning, the rest of you come down the stairs to the site of Raegar shaking Howell.
Oh.
I actually do. I wanted to be standing outside of my door waiting for Rowan to walk past.
Okay. We can absolutely do that.
Morning, Alfie. Jed comes out, crumbs all over his hair and his face and his shirt. He's got a he has the same blanket, but it's a lot smaller now. And he's taken downstairs, and his eyes aren't fully open as he's walking past you.
Have a rough night of sleep, big guy?
I had a great night. Just so much yum-yums in my belly right now. What are you
Be
doing?
careful how many of those you eat, alright?
You waiting for Rowan?
Yeah, we'll come down together in a little bit. Don't worry about it.
So I wake up and stretch and immediately realize that it is couch not on me anymore.
Okay.
I stand up and start looking through the room, tearing it apart because I know what magic that thing holds. And when I realize that it's gone, I also realize there is only one person who could have got it off of me that well. And I fling my door open and I head straight for Alfie.
And she's there, waiting for you.
Seeing her coming down the hall, I immediately turn to her and I put a finger on my lips. It says like a shh. And I walk over to her and I grab part of her clothing and guide her back into her room and shut the door and once again put my finger over my lips. Shh. And then I point at my ears and I mouth, "They're listening." And then I hold out my palm and pantomime writing something down. So asking her silently if she has if she has anything to write on.
I go over to my pack and pull out my sketchbook and a black pencil and hand it to her.
And I'm just going to speak this all out, but this is all being written down because
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
I write this and then I hand it back and I write this.
Understood.
But I had to. They were going to kill us.
And I write back, I could have helped you. You shouldn't have done it.
They were in the room, crossbows trained on you. They weren't going to have patience if I woke you up.
I write again, I could have helped you. You have no clue what you've done.
I pause, and then I write in big words and hand it back to her. I saved your life.
I'm fuming. My teeth and my jaw are just clenched. And I write and hand it back to her, and I tell her, "You've signed our death certificate."
I kind of huff for a second. I'm looking at the paper. I'm looking at Rowan. I can see how angry she is. Tell how frustrated and now irritated I'm starting to get. And so I scribble, You wouldn't tell us what it is, so what was it? What was the magic?
From her. I jerk the book from her and I say, "It doesn't matter now. We're all dead." And at this point, I'm so furious. I just go out the door, down the stairs, and just outside. I need to be outside, near nature, to get my thoughts together.
Okay. You guys watch. Jed has come down at this point. And you guys are sitting around eating your breakfast, talking to each other, just having a good old morning when Rowan comes storming down the stairs and heads straight for the door.
Hi, Rowan.
What's up with her? Someone did not have a good night.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyways, little buddy, that's everything that happened last night.
Sounds like it was pretty intense.
Oh, it was. It was so intense.
Is she okay?
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Howell disappointedly pushes what little was remaining of his stew away from him.
How are you gonna finish that?
No, you are welcome to it.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You probably need it.
I'm gonna find the nearest fire. I don't know if there's a fireplace in these rooms, or if there would be one in Rowan's room, or if it's even going or not. But if there's one downstairs in the tavern,
There is, yeah.
Okay, then I come downstairs, and instead of going to the group first, I go over to the fire, and I hold out my hands like I'm trying to warm them up, like I was really chilly in the evening or something.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm squatting in front of the fire, I slip out the sheet of paper, and I toss it into the fire.
Okay.
Because I am good friends with Alfie. and I'm always looking to see where Alf is. I take Howell's bowl of stew, and I'm still slurping it down, but then I come over to Tiny Alf. Hey, Tiny Alf. How you doing? Burning to papers, I see. Classic Alf.
Classic Alfie.
I take a breath, like a deep breath, kind of calm myself down a little bit, and I look up at him and I say, "Well, someone's in a good mood this morning."
Oh, wait till I tell you everything, little Alf, in graphic detail.
No,
You
don't want to
really-
hear it.
You really don't have to. That I have an imagination. I can dismiss it from my imagination. It's all good.
Alf, you're so bad. And then
I give him the blankest look.
So, what is that paper?
I turn over to the fire, and then I look back, and I say, "A decision that I made."
Was it a good one? It better have been a good one.
I think so.
Well, then that's all that matters, Tiny Alf. And then I pat Tiny Alf's head.
I glance over at the table and realize that Rowan is not over there. And I look at Howell and Jed and back over to Raegar. And I say, "I'm just trying to help. That's all."
You got some sweets left over if you want some sweets.
It's got sweets.
Yeah? Well, I've got some of my candies left over too, so Maybe you and I can trade, big guy.
Ooh.
Alrighty. So, as your morning progresses, you guys eat your breakfast, continue to talk with each other, all that good stuff. Rowan, you walk out of the front door into the town proper and begin just heading for the gates.
I just need to get somewhere quiet, somewhere that is more like home, and just ground myself. I'm not used to being this angry,
Mm-hmm.
and it scares me that I got that angry that fast.
Okay. Sure. So you head out towards the front gate, knowing that there is a good chunk of woods just beyond it. A few people recognize you from either the night before or the preceding days. Give you just cursory nods and that sort of thing. And as you near the front gate, a familiar half-elf figure, the one who had given you notice of Valen Dren searching for you, actually notices you and starts to try and wave you down. Hello, Miss Rowan. Miss Rowan.
Yes.
Hello. Do you have a moment? Terribly sorry to bother you. It's just my employer is just around this bend on the other side of the gate, and well, oh dear, is everything all right?
I'm fine. What do you need again?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
What do you need again? Like, why are you talking to me?
Oh, right. Well, my employer, Valen Dren, is on the other side of this gate that you are about to head through anyway, and I thought this might be an excellent opportunity to introduce you to him. It's a bit jarring at first, so I thought it might be nice to have at least one of you acclimated before the entire group meets him.
All right, if you think that's best.
If it's a bad time, I can... Oh, all right, okay. And he turns and starts just frog marching to the gate. He leads you through and points you towards a very large and ornate caravan. It's like a covered wagon, but with bizarre patterns and designs, and a few additions on the sides and wrapping around the top, almost like other rooms, except it's a cloth wagon with two large brown horses on the front. The side of it opens up to a shop-esque front, and sitting curled up on the top of it is a huge, almost Alfyur size black cat. And behind it is, behind the cat, you can see bubbling potions and oddities, trinkets, knickknacks of various types on shelves.
Okay.
He goes, right this way. Master Dren. And the cat yawns and stretches and stands up on two legs, brushing itself off. It wears a finely tailored suit with a undone red bow tie, and no shoes, of course, but it stands probably about Alfie's height. It shakes itself and goes, "Hello, my name is Valen Bartholomew Dren. You can call me any of those three things. It's nice to meet you. Who are you?"
I'm Rowan the Bright.
"Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I've been told that you were one of the saviors of the town. It's so nice to make your acquaintance."
It's nice to meet you too. What can I do for you?
"Well, I'd rather have the entire group before I tell you my business proposition, but it's just nice to meet you, to be honest. I like adventurers. They fascinate me.
There's nothing that I can get from you now to take back to my people as far as what you want us to do.
Oh, sure, of course. I'd like to hire you to protect me on a venture, a business trip that I'm going on that might be dangerous. So I need a group of burly adventurers to protect me.
And where are you headed?
Well, south into the deserts.
And may I ask why?
Well, for that particular part, I'd like to have everybody. It's very interesting.
Well, I don't know that I can get everyone out. You see, there's still some celebrating going on.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I would like to leave relatively soon. You see, there is going to be a challenging element to this. I'm sure I'm not the only one who wants to get this treasure that we're after, you see. So I feel like perhaps there is going to be some competition. Something like a race.
I raise my eyebrow at him.
He raises
being
his in
awful.
return.
You're awful cryptic for someone who's needing services of a group of people such as myself and my friend.
Well, I don't like repeating myself. I sleep for a good portion of the day, and I'm a little grumpy, I must admit. I apologize.
Very well. I will see if I can't get them together and be here in the next half hour.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That'll give me a chance to groom myself.
So I just give him a little nod and turn back around and head back inside, still fuming over what Alfie has done, but realizing that maybe getting out of town might be the best thing for us.
He stands up on his tippy toes and waves over his head. Just bye-bye. I'll see you in a bit. And you head back into the town. You arrive back at the tavern relatively quickly. You've been there enough times now that you have a route, so you just walk straight to it. They're wrapping up breakfast as you walk in.
Friends, I need y'all to come outside with me. We need to talk.
About what?
Just do as I say, and please don't challenge me at the moment.
Challenge.
Rowan mad.
Oh.
You got a belt? 'Cause I'll get that belt.
Raegar.
I'm asking
not
you
mess with
to
Bright
trust
Lady.
me. Outside, everyone. Turn around and I throw open the door and step outside.
Okay.
I don't say anything, and I get up from the table and follow Rowan.
Jed will take the remaining sweets and mush them into his mouth and pull with fistfuls of whatever's left over. He's eating them on the way out.
Yeah, you've got chipmunk cheeks full of tiny muffins and hard candy a little bit, and there's just a little bit of it sticking to your chin.
Hal follows without question.
Okay.
I kind of roll my eyes and then grab my tankard of breakfast stout and go outside.
All right. Okay, so Rowan, you lead them to the caravan?
No, I'm just having them step outside for just a moment.
Okay.
Because Alfie said they're listening, and so I'm thinking there's ears inside of the tavern and want to step out so I can talk low enough that I can give them instruction.
Okay.
All right. I've seen the gentleman that wishes to hire us. It is very imperative that we gather our things, and leave. Don't ask questions. Just do it, please.
Leave where?
She just said don't ask questions. But it is a good question.
To be honest, not exactly sure where, but with things that have happened this morning, and I turn and I look at Alfie, we need to get out of town.
I agree. We should leave.
We're gonna leave with this Valian. He had a job for us, right?
Yes.
And that's why we're leaving?
Yes.
Okay.
But we're gonna come back, right?
That I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Like, we're coming back, right? Like, listen, I got a good thing here, okay? You missed my story, but it's getting pretty serious.
I don't know. I feel like we saved the day. Even got to hang out and have a party, but not much adventure left to be had here.
Not that time.
Well, not for us, at least.
Oh.
Please just trust me.
I kind of scowl at Rowan a little bit when she says that.
I'll go get my stuff, but before I do, since we're having serious family talk, did we ever figure out if we're gonna give that thing to the little man? Because I'm still on the side that we should do it. We said we'd do it, and I'm not a liar.
No. That guy is, I don't want to say it, but it kind of reminds you of a butt. All right? I say no to that guy.
That's a very strong opinion.
Well, I'm a strong man, Howell. Look at me.
Well, then we shouldn't have taken his help. I mean, we made a promise. Even if he is a bad guy, we gotta keep our promises. Otherwise, we're just as bad as him.
Agree to disagree. Heard that in the book.
I look at Alfie and I look back at the group and just tell them that's already been taken care of and decided. It's time for us to leave.
What now?
We did it, or we didn't do it?
Is this what this is all about? This thing with you stomping off and Alfyur brooding by a fire?
I look at Alfie and cross my arms.
Okay.
What's
like
happening?
She said, we need to go.
So we did do it. Somebody gave it to him?
Yep, I'm getting my stuff. I'm out. I'm gone. We're leaving. Hal just darts in. Hal is gone. He's going to get his stuff.
Yeah, gotcha.
Rowan takes off after him, pulling Jed.
Jed pulls free. No, I bled to help get that thing. I need to know. Did we give it or didn't we? Jed literally puts his foot down. I mean, we had our fun, but at the same time, we worked really hard to get that for the guy. I just want to make sure we did it. I want to know if I'm traveling with a bunch of people who are okay with breaking promises or not.
I look at Tiny Alf, and I'm like, Tiny Alf, please tell me we did not give over whatever it was that guy wanted.
I glance over at Rowan, and I look back at the group, and I put a finger over my lips, and then I mouth, "We have to go."
What are you saying? What are you saying?
I just kind of throw my arms at him and look at Rowan and be like, "Can you give me a hand, please?"
You have 3 minutes to get your things from upstairs and to meet me down. If you're not with us, you're not with us. We'll leave without you. So I take up the stairs and I start grabbing my stuff.
I'll get my things. but I'm not walking around with liars or people who keep secrets. Jed stomps off to his room to get his stuff.
Okay.
I look at Alf. Clearly, I'm not getting anything because I can't read lips. And then I just go upstairs to get my things.
All right.
So I get all of my stuff. I come back down and I'm waiting on the porch.
Yeah,
All
my
right.
things are on my person, including the candies. I had them on me, so I'm already ready to go.
Okay.
I tell the innkeeper, "Hey, so innkeeper, I need you to deliver a message to Sabrina. I don't know if you know her, but we kind of have a thing going on. You need to tell her I'll be back. All right. Also, I give him some coins. I give him 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
Hey, I need you to take that to the taxidermy guy. All right. I need you to get my skull, and I want you to give it to Sabrina and tell her I'll be back for it."
Okay. All right. I'll be fast as I can, but she might already be gone, to be honest with you.
Gone? What are you talking about gone? Where is she going?
She didn't tell you.
Tell me what?
Her and her brothers aren't from here. They come through for the festival.
So, oh my god. Wait, and I grab him like, where did she go? Just give me a name we gotta get out of here because
Oh my.
people are mad at me.
Okay, all right. Jeez, she's heading to the port town. She's probably gonna sail. Look, I don't know exactly where they go, but they're probably heading to the other continent.
Heading to another continent, they're on a boat. Got it. And then I just push him away. I've already given him the gold pieces, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Raegar, he's too dumb to recognize he left the gold piece.
Okay, all right. you head off. Go ahead and mark those gold pieces off.
Okay.
Okay, so in about 3 minutes, you guys reconvene on the porch as a group, having collected all of your things and are ready to roll.
So I take off across town, leading them to the caravan.
Okay. So you lead them off through the town. People recognize you. Some of them call out to you and are waving, and some of them know your names from the night before or the days prior, as previously stated. At one point, a tiny human child in a little bitty suit comes running up to you and goes like, "Hi, do you remember me? Do you remember me? Hi, Jed."
It's
Bunty!
Bunty!
Hey, Bunty, it's me.
Oh my
never
god,
forget
he totally
Bunty.
forgot his name.
Jed immediately forgets all of his anger. He sweeps him up in his arms and give him a big spin around hug and toss him up in the air. Oh, Bunty!
Hi, Jed. Hi, everybody else. Hi, Jed. Hey, are you guys leaving?
Yeah, little buddy, we gotta get going. But
Oh,
look, do good, be good,
yeah.
strong good.
Oh, okay. I will do good. I will be good, and I will strong good.
That's
Okay.
the Bunty.
Yeah. Are you guys coming back for Winter's Crest Festival?
We'll try.
Sabrina be back?
Okay, I'll make presents just in case you come back.
Oh my god.
I'll
good guess.
definitely be back someday, though, okay? We just got a
Okay.
lot of bad stuff to fix, and right now there's a lot of bad stuff out there.
Okay. All right. And he gives you a very serious look, furrowed brows and all this. You strong good,
Okay.
and then turns and runs back to his place of employment. Do you continue on?
Yeah, I look at everybody and keep moving.
Okay. All right. So you guys head to the gate. Once you leave out, you see that massive caravan that was there before, and this time standing up and pacing back and forth, and equipped with a strange set of bifocals. One side is these circular glasses, and one side has about 6 different levels of magnification. All of them are currently up. And he turns to you guys as you approach and goes like, "Oh, hello, Rowan the Bright, and the people with Rowan the Bright. It is good to see you all. My name is Valen Bartholomew Dren. You may call me any of those names."
That's a kitty cat.
Oh my god, it's adorable.
I am a tabaxi. It is a common mistake.
Tub.
Don't believe me, he's a kitty cat.
Tabaxi or cats that can talk?
Yeah, seems like it. Do you do tricks?
I do not.
Raegar.
You don't just. You can't just.
Do you
What?
have a
Is
gold
it-
coin?
It's a kitty.
Oh.
As
Do
a
you
matter
have
of
a gold
fact,
coin?
as a matter of fact, I do.
Give me.
And I just fish out a gold coin and I hand it to him.
Okay, he takes it. He takes off his outer jacket, and undoes his vest, and drops it. And he puts the gold coin in his front shirt pocket, and it fits exactly in there. And he pats it twice and goes like, "I made this suit, by the way. I made it myself. Hold on." And he takes off his glasses and walks over to one of the little areas off to the side where he has what appears to be an alchemist set up. And he takes one of the bottles, downs a little bit of it, and then stands for a second and goes like, "Meow," and lets out a little cat meow, and the word meow comes out of his mouth in these pink cloud letters.
Magic.
Magical
Pink
kitty cat.
clouds.
Oh.
There, that's my trick. And he
Oh.
puts his vest back on.
Well.
That was incredible.
That wasn't worth a gold coin.
Would you say, Tiny Elf?
Worth a gold coin.
Oh, I know, right?
Mm-hmm. It's great.
I almost want to see it again.
Kind of. You have another gold
let's
coin you
not.
can give him?
Jed's
He
looking
puts-
around, around behind things and whatnot, and he says, I don't mean any offense, but you're a person, right?
You can't.
I am a person, yes.
You're not
You'd
just
be
a pet kitty
surprised.
cat.
Yes, you'd be surprised how often I get asked that question.
Okay.
I am a person, an individual. I have autonomy. I am Valen Bartholomew Dren, one of the greatest alchemists in the world by my own signs.
What's an alchemist?
I make potions and tonics and salves and stuff like that.
Oh, sounds boring. All right, we're good here.
What? Wait, no.
Oh wait, I have a job for you.
Ooh, money.
Yeah.
Hence why we're here, Raegar.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say that. You just said follow me, and then we had to follow you. You didn't say anything about a job.
I was getting there, but you won't shut up.
Well, get there faster next time.
Does this happen a lot? He looks at Howell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sadly.
Oh.
But I assure you, they more than make up for it in their talents and abilities.
I know that. I'm aware. You guys, sorry. You have a reputation. You saved the town here, and that's pretty big. So that's why I'm offering you this opportunity. Let me show you something incredible. and he pulls out a small sphere and twists it in his paws, but like he can't get a grip on it. He's like, dang it. Give me just 1 moment. And he turns his head off to the side and goes like, Middy! Middy! And the half-elf from earlier just rises like Dracula from a coffin. Just... Yes. I need you to open the ball. Middy grabs it and just twists it really quickly and hands it back. Anything else, sir? Not right now. And just falls backwards and disappears behind the counter.
Now that was worth a piece of gold.
This place is weird.
Was that a person?
Weird.
No, that's not a person. That's Middy.
Oh, okay.
Jed, you can't just ask people if they're people.
How is
How
he
do I
supposed to
know that?
learn?
You don't... Yeah. Never mind.
Let the boy learn.
So, he, at this point, Valen opens it up and pushes a button in it, and this projection surrounds you guys. It looks as though you're standing in the midst of an arid desert with dunes as far as the eye can see. Harsh winds blowing past you, but you don't feel any of it.
Ooh.
This is the Brindamiran Desert to the south. Many thousands of years ago, there was a great war, and there were these airships. And as he says that, these massive, almost blimp-like airships made out of metal and brass and gold fly overhead. These airships were used in the battle, and no one is quite sure why or how, but they were left running afterwards. Now, thousands of years later, they've slowly been touching down in the desert periodically. Inside were treasures unimaginable, technologies we've never seen before, all that kind of stuff. Now, the last airship is gonna crash in 2 weeks' time. I asked a soothsayer about it, and that's what they told me. So, I want to be the first one there. That's where you come in. I am a cat person. I'm very small. Yeah. I cannot really protect myself very well. I'm frequently robbed. It's just not fun. It's a bad existence. People pet me the wrong way. It's the worst. So I want you guys, in exchange for whatever treasures you want out of the airship, I want you guys to escort me to the location of the crash site. That's the job.
And what exactly is it you want at the crash site?
Oh, now we can ask questions.
Yeah.
He taps the ball and the desert surrounding you guys disappears. And you're standing once again in front of his cart. Well, for me personally, it's a matter of collecting some notes and information on the type of fuel they used to keep them running. I think it's magical, but I've never gotten my hands on any.
Oh, so boring stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you want the junk.
Uh-huh.
Guys, this is a sweet deal, okay? He's gonna take boring stuff, we're gonna get the good stuff. This is like every mission we've gone on, but in reverse. I say we are so down.
Wait a moment. What happens if we get you to the crash site and there's nothing there? We don't get paid?
Well, I'm not making any money off of the trip either.
But that's just it. We're putting our necks on the line for you to get you there. We deserve payment whether you find what you want or not.
Little kitty, you have to forgive her.
You're gonna
She's in
have
a
to pick
bad
one of my
mood.
names if you want to work for me.
I just called you Little Kitty.
I have 3 names. 3. To avoid this exact problem.
I can't call you Little Kitty. You knew who I was talking to. You knew who I was talking to.
Hey, fat orc. Does that feel good?
Not fat. I have big bones.
You're fat.
I've,
You're fat and green, and I don't like you.
that's
Whoa.
this little kitty is very rude.
We'll call him Mr. Dread.
That will work for me. I like you. You're very strong.
Now, I had an important question.
Okay.
You said earlier that people pet you the wrong way. That
Yeah.
means that there is a right way to pet you.
There's
Will
a way
you
that is
teach me?
significantly less unpleasant, yes.
Will you teach me that if I go with you?
If you come with me, I will teach you that on one condition.
Yeah.
I get to ride on your head.
Jed starts climbing into the cart.
Jed, no, not yet.
Hold on. Okay, here, let me. So, Hal starts to like huddle in with everybody.
Jed is in the cart. Jed is too big to stop.
Jed is in the cart. Here's what I'm saying. If this is the site of some ancient war, there's gonna be stuff there, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We need to go.
But I'm not gonna lie, I just want to see one of these flying things.
Why?
Even if it's crashed. Cause did you see him with the projection of the thing?
Yeah,
and
it's boring.
And no, it's not.
It's so boring. This is like you in the rope business, okay? We're not going for a boat that can fly.
First off, this is nothing like the rope business.
Sounds like it.
All I'm saying is we've got to get the hell out of here anyways, right? I don't know what happened, but something happened. Alfyur did the thing that we're not going to say what the thing was, but I'm pretty sure she did the thing. What the hell else are we going to do?
He has a good point. Also, you're yelling.
Sorry. Bartholomew?
Bartholomew. Yeah, not Bart.
But not
Bart makes me sound like a hoodlum.
He's so particular about names. I mean, come on, guys.
Listen, Jed's already in the cart.
My concern is, again, we're putting our necks on the line. We could be doing it for nothing.
Or walking into some kind of trap.
Oh, now you two are agreeing again?
I want to see an airship. I'm going.
I want some treasure.
Get in the cart.
I want some
Jed
treasure.
helps Howell into
Tiny
the
elf.
cart.
Yeah, Jed just reaches over and pulls you into the cart as you're trying to get in, Hal.
Thank you, Jed.
Tiny elf, I want some treasure. Let's go. And I look at Mr. Dread.
Mm-hmm.
But in his head, he still says, "Little kitty." So, Mr. Dren, was it? And he kind
It
of
was, and you are very strong and have an excellent physique.
Oh, now we're being nice to each other. This is gonna be fun. You and me, bud, we're gonna go drinking. And I just jump into the cart.
That is a bad idea. I'm
We're gonna
very
drink.
small. I can drink like a little bit.
Nah, we're gonna drink a lot.
Oh.
As I'm standing there and I'm watching all of the, I turn and I look at Alfie, and with no expression on my face, I tell her, whatever happens on this trip is your fault. I want you to remember. And I get in the cart.
Anywhere is better than staying around here, I mutter to myself, and then I go and follow them into the cart.
Okay. As you guys all pile in, he goes, "Oh, wonderful. We're leaving already. Perfect. Okay." And he is going to pull a lever, and everything pulls and closes shut, and everything starts to compress into a single covered wagon. You guys are now sitting in a very comfortable, well-furbished covered wagon. He goes like, I'm gonna have MIDI drive, and I'm gonna go to sleep. So if there's any trouble, please take care of it and don't wake me up. And he pulls another lever and goes like, MIDI! And then he gets grabbed by an arm, like a mechanical arm coming out of the side of his cart, and pulled up and away from you guys and into the ceiling, and he just disappears into it. And MIDI comes up out of the ground, which you guys now see. There's like a small square cutout in the floor where MIDI lays down and stands up. And MIDI just upwards and goes like, right then, I shall be taking over the driving position. You all get comfortable. And he climbs to the front of the cart, and you hear, yeah! And it starts moving underneath you. And you guys are on the road.
All right.
So, as you guys are traveling down this road, is anyone keeping a lookout? Is there anything that anyone would particularly like to do or say as you continue on the road?
I'm keeping a lookout.
Okay, make a perception check for me. And that is not with your passive. That is with the active perception in your skills.
Okay.
While that's happening, DM, do I know anything about Brindamere? Because isn't that where the Orc Empire is?
It is not. That's
Okay.
where the Tiefling Empire is, actually.
Ah, okay. So I know nothing.
Yeah, you know very, very little. You know that they are the most powerful empire and currently control the majority of the known world. But they regulate roads and more or less leave people alone, so they're a decent empire.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Perception passive, you said?
Yes. Okay. All right. Looking out on behind you guys on the road, and forward on the road, and all that kind of thing. As you look out, you see empty road for the most part. Nothing particularly catches your eye until you see a lone rider going at breakneck speed. He appears to be cowled and cloaked in a dark hood, and he is riding a chestnut-colored charger. Coming up quickly behind you guys. And then past you.
What?
And then further down the road.
As he passes by or gets within earshot, I'll stick my head out the back of the cart and be like, hello.
He starts for a second, but just continues on.
Bye. That was weird.
Where do you think he's going?
Always got to be there in a hurry.
Are we there yet?
No, we are not. It has been like 2 minutes.
Well, when are we gonna get there?
What's the current setup? So we're all just sitting around the back of a cart, kind of like 2 rows of benches?
Yep, like two rows of benches, more or less, with a series of levers and pulleys over your heads. That is incredibly complicated and difficult to keep track of.
Oh no.
And
No.
Mr. Dren is with us?
Mr. Dren has disappeared into the ceiling. He pulled one of the levers and a mechanical arm grabbed him and pulled him up, and he just disappeared.
Oy.
All right.
Do not touch anything, gentlemen.
Okay. So
And I'd like to apologize to the chat really quick. I put that dice roll in the wrong little section
It was
of
a
the
really
of
good roll,
Discord there.
too.
Sorry. Yeah, it was a really good roll.
It was great.
And there's no proof of it. So, sorry about that, chat.
okay, Jed will kind of wait till the person who's been galloping off has galloped off and kind of look around and kind of sense the tense silence and kind of just be like, okay, so now that it's just us and maybe Mr. Dren Kitty is upstairs, how about this? Raise this hand if we did give the necklace to the little man and raise this hand if we didn't.
I look at Jed for his instruction. I kind of glance over his way, and then I look back out the window, and I raise this hand.
The one for
that we gave it to the man.
Okay. Well then. That's good.
Wait, what? What do you mean we gave it to the guy?
She took it off of me.
Wait.
Ooh.
Tiny Elf would never do something like that.
She
Right,
did.
Tiny Elf?
I was asleep. She took it off. She gave it to them.
Tiny Elf, tell me this is not happening. Tell me this isn't true.
I don't say anything. I'm still looking outside, but I'm gritting my jaw, and I'm very clearly starting to get angrier and angrier.
I, for one, think Alfie did the right thing. We made a promise, and we stuck to the promise. I'm glad that I'm not the only person here with some integrity.
This is your fault. And I point at Rowan.
Mine?
You made them do this. I know it. There's no way. Tiny Elf and I, we had a pact. We're gonna kill that guy. And you've done something. And now you're trying to put it on little Elf. Shame on you.
All right. Look. I know tensions are running high, but that guy would have... He had like a whole little posse. All I'm saying is, I don't necessarily think we could have stopped him, whether we wanted to give it to him or not.
We could have tried.
Well, someone was busy at the other... Whatever you were doing
Sex.
with...
Yeah, thank you.
With Sabrina, remember?
Exactly. I told you about it in very graphic detail.
Yeah. You really put in some work.
You know it, little buddy.
Hal just throws his hands in the air and kind of scoots over to his side of the bench and has nothing left to say.
And I just yell out, "Grow up, Tiny Howl." People do it.
I know that. I just didn't think Jed even... Never mind. You know,
Let the boy learn.
Oh.
all right. So you guys
I don't plan on elaborating, but I do just sort of say, I saved your lives. And I'm that's all I can say. I look out the window. I am clearly shutting myself off from the rest of the group. That is my stance. That is my tiny foot.
being planted in the ground next to Jed's giant one. Got it.
Where Jed's is a boom, mine is like a tap.
That's all it is. All right.
Thank you very
so
much, Alfie.
You guys travel for quite some time. It comes to be around nightfall as the sun is going down. You've had a relatively uneventful trip, seeing a few carts or horses, a caravan passing on occasion. And as you're approaching, a mechanical hand lowers from the ceiling, holding Valen, and he drops to the floor and goes, Hello, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful trip so far.
It sucks.
You suck. And he just looks at you through his glasses, makes his eyes about twice as big as they should be. Anyway, without breaking eye contact with you, Raegar. Anyway, we're approaching a stopping point up ahead. It's a place for people to safely camp for the night. If you have camping gear, I suggest you use it. If not, you can stay in the cart if you'd like.
Okay, I'll sleep outside.
Wonderful. Now, when we stop, we need the group name for you guys so that I can keep track of you and all that sort of thing. So if people ask you who you are or what group you're a part of, you say
Jedidiah Dorpe and friends.
Yeah.
okay then.
Look, it's what it is.
I mean, we've had other suggestions.
No, just
It's too late in the evening.
let Jed have this.
Yeah.
If we come up with a better name together later, then we can use that one, but I
For
think
now, it's okay. Temporarily, Jedidiah Dorpe and friends. I
Yeah.
like it. Okay.
Me too.
So when we stop, if anyone asks you, you're part of Jedidiah Dorpe and friends being represented by either Valen, Bartholomew, or Dren. You have your pick of 3 names. If I hear that you've been calling me Kitty Cat, I will insult you.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you did it already.
I did?
Yes.
When
Do
was
you-
that?
When we first met and I called you fat.
Okay, first off, I'm big boned, but okay.
I would agree with you currently.
Oh. He's a very confusing little cat. Excuse me.
No.
He's a very confusing little Dren.
Do you anticipate that we're going to run into others on this trip?
Oh, absolutely. You see, I'm positive that there are several people, adventuring groups like you, who are after the loot that we're after and are heading in the same direction. And even if they weren't heading in the same direction, we're coming up to a stopping point. There'll probably be people there.
I probably should have asked about this way earlier, but you said you heard about this from a soothsayer.
Yeah.
Did other people hear about it from the same soothsayer?
I do not know that. I am a small cat. It's not like people can't see over my head.
All right.
He is quite small.
I
Do
am.
we gotta keep this a secret?
Not necessarily,
I
no.
mean, do you don't, Jed, you can't just tell people, oh, hey, we're going to go get treasure. Other people will want the treasure too.
Stop putting limits on him.
So you think it would be a good idea if other adventurers tailed us to the desert?
Well, I mean, hey, they're not gonna beat the champ, okay?
I
They're not gonna beat the champ.
can't
They
argue
think-
with that.
They think they might, but they won't. I'm gonna outsmart them.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
sure
always-
that will happen.
Did you read that in a book too?
I'm always thinking 5 steps ahead, little Hal. And yeah, I did read that in a book.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, knowledge is power.
I would
Yeah,
agree
it
with
is.
that.
Also, power is power.
But power comes, I'm not going to have this conversation.
Yeah, don't waste your breath, friend.
I picked up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
I won't mention it if we meet anybody.
Okay, great. So we're coming up to the campsite. Behave, I guess.
Of course.
And if you
Yes.
need anything, let me know. I am currently representing you as adventurers, so I kind of do need to take care of you.
You got beer?
I do not. I am a cat.
You got mead?
I do not. I am a cat.
You got... you got...
Do you have food?
You got
I do
wine?
have that.
Oh.
I don't have that. I am a cat.
Okay, what do cats have other than food?
I have potions and salves and equipment, and I have food and water and stuff. And milk, but that's mine.
Water.
Yeah.
Milk.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to the desert. Of course there's water.
Oh my god, this is the worst idea ever. Who agreed to this?
You
You
did.
did.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Mhm.
At this point, the cart underneath you guys comes to a stop as the of the horse's hooves stop. And you can hear voices outside the cart, and you can actually hear very faintly music being played. All right, well, I'll play nice with the others, I suppose. He turns and pulls another one of the levers, and the cart expands to take up the same amount of space it had initially taken.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was very expensive.
Did you design it yourself?
I did not. I do not have thumbs, so it's very difficult to draw.
So it's like a big old tent?
It expands into more or less a potions shop, complete with shelves and a second floor, stairs leading up to it, several rooms off onto the sides, and a crackling purple fireplace.
Oh, neat.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I leave, and immediately I just, because there's other like caravans around us, right?
Yes, as you step out, there is a circle of caravans taking up about a 70-foot radius clearing in the woods off to the side of the road. And there's a big, like an enormous bonfire in the middle, and lots of tents and logs knocked over, people sitting, talking, laughing. Drinking, singing.
Sweet. I go right over to it. I call out for Tiny Elf. Come on, Tiny Elf! Let's ride! I go to get myself a drink.
I look over at the group, and I follow Raegar,
Oh, wow.
but keeping a steady eye out and about
Sure.
the whole
of course.
area. I'm looking at everybody as we're walking through there, but I do follow Raegar.
Unsinkable
Of
shit.
course. Okay, so you head over to the first group that catches your eye that seems to be loud and obnoxious and drinking heavily.
My kind of people.
The most obvious one in this group is a very, very tall Goliath figure who is laughing and chanting and telling jokes and has an absolutely enormous mug that seems to be, it's big for him. It seems as though he ripped a stump out of the ground and carved it into a mug. And it is currently being filled by a very strange looking creature. It is almost crow-like in its appearance, but it is bipedal and about the size of Alfyur. Maybe a little bit taller than her, but very muscular and built. It is a kenku. If you want to Google and see what that looks like, that's up to you. But it is a bipedal crow-like creature, but jacked, absolutely ripped, and it is currently pouring from a keg into the Goliath's cup. Sitting around this fire with them is another handsome blonde human man who is currently drinking with them and enjoying life, I suppose. Just having telling stories and laughing and doing the whole thing, as well as a familiar halfling figure, the one who had beat you, Raegar, in the ale pit. They're all sitting around this smaller campfire that they've set up and are laughing and talking and swapping stories. And you hear the Goliath go, "That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You telling me that tiny little you beat a half-orc in drinking competition? That is absolutely ridiculous."
Hey, what's going on there, little brothers?
As you walk up, he goes like, "Oh my gods, this is the one, this is the guy. Hello, how are you?"
I'm the guy. What's going on?
It is nice to meet you. It is nice to meet you. Hello, I am the one that they call Sheelan the Merry. Come, sit with us, have a drink. And he like winks and nudges the Kenku next to him, who just goes like,
Don't know what's so funny, but you said drink, so I'm gonna join in. This is my friend, Tiny Elf. Tiny Elf, say hello.
You can call me Alfyur.
"Well, Alfyur, it's a pleasure to meet another halfling out here enjoying their time as an adventurer, not being bound to our usual traditions. It's a pleasure to meet you." And he gives like a little half bow. So
I'm a little dismissive. I'm just likewise.
So I noticed that you actually were able to drink quite a lot as well. And he looks at you kind of suspiciously before the Goliath, Sheelan, was like, "That is no consequence. That is no consequence, my friend. Half-orc. Your name is Raegar, you say?"
Raegar, the Koldhart.
Raegar the Koldhart. Triple champ. Oh! And at this, the Kenku looks up a little bit and jerks its head in that jerky bird way that crows move. Jerks its head towards you. He's like, "Oh, you hear that, Nanali? A champ is in our table."
Yeah, the champ is here.
At this point, the Kenku opens its mouth and replies to you, "The champ is here."
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You became me.
And it goes, "You became champ. Me, champ."
Yes, me, champ.
And it goes, "Me, yes, champ," and points at itself, and it's like like glaring at you now.
No, me, champ. You bird.
"No, champ," points at you. "Me, champ, yes. No, champ," pointing at you again.
Yes, champ. You bird.
And Sheelan is just cracking up, dying, and going like, "Oh, this is going to be a wonderful evening, I can tell. Sit down and have a drink if you like." And he picks up a tankard and plops it in front of you.
Thanks, bud. What are you drinking here? And I just start drinking it. I don't even wait for him to respond.
You'd start chugging it. It is ale. It is a good ale. It's not bad. But as you start drinking it, he goes like, "That is the ale." Oh, all right.
It's good. I love it.
I hold up my glass and I say, "This is the ale that," like, allowing him to continue.
Oh, sorry. This is the ale that is brewed by my people. It is a little bit strong, but so far my crew likes it, don't you guys? And the Kenku, still glaring at Raegar, takes a bit of it, dips his beak in, drinks, and then pulls it back out, dripping still, and goes like, "Me, champ."
Your bird is funny.
He's like, "That is Nanali. She's competitive, to say the least."
Oh. It's cool. And I start drinking again.
Nanali looks at you and goes, "No, cool, champ. Cool champ. And points at herself.
You're a cool champ too. I'm a cool champ. We can be cool champs together. Nanale.
He goes, no cool champ Raegar. Nadali, cool champ.
Oh my god. Your bird is so funny.
I take a big.
At this point, the human man who has been telling a story up until this point looks at you guys and goes like, so, tell me, where are you all from?
You know, here, there, everywhere.
Cryptic. I love it. My name is Max Tinderstride. It is an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Oh, well, Max. Ooh,
Yeah.
this guy, Max. Ooh.
I was just regaling my companions with tales of my adventures, as I have had very many.
That's cool. We've had adventures. It's really, really good adventures. We saved the town.
Well, hey, that sounds like a really good first step to becoming a great adventurer, like... And he, like, looks off into the distance, and a gust of wind blows his blonde hair. Max Tinderstride.
I look where he's looking. What are you looking at? What is that? Something out there?
I'm looking into the middle distance.
No, there's no middle distance. It's like the distance. Like, you're kind of dumb, aren't you?
You don't strike me as particularly cranially acceptable yourself.
What are you saying? You're just making up words, bro. Okay, and it's not cool. No
You
one
got
here
it.
thinks it's cool.
You caught me. I have been making up words. Words like heroism. I was the first one to say that. At this point, Sheila just starts racking up again.
I put in my head in my hands as I realize what exactly I've gotten myself into following Raegar for drinks. And
He goes like, at this point, Max looks to you and goes like, well, hello there, lovely lady. Your name, if I recall, was Alfyur. Well, why are you traveling with this enormous dolt?
What's a dolt?
It is someone who is lacking in intelligence.
Oh, so you.
Or you.
What is happening? Explain what's happening here. I think we picked the wrong group.
Manali points at you and goes, dolt.
No, my name is Raegar. But I
Raegar
don't.
dolt.
What? No, Raegar champ. Raegar champ, not dolt.
Raegar not champ. Raegar dolt.
I prop my head on my hand and I say, you know, Raegar, it's nice to finally that you've met your match.
What are you talking about? My match? Is there a match? Are we having a match right now?
You're having a verbal spar with a bird.
No. You understand? I don't do verbal spars. I do physical spars with my hands.
You're doing a verbal spar pretty well right now.
I am? Champ of verbal spars!
4 times.
5-time champ.
5-time champ? 5-time champ?
5-time champ.
Congratulations. And I take a big ol' swig of the ale again.
While this is going on, the rest of you guys in the caravan, what are you doing?
Hal exited and was going to go find like a quiet spot, but has just been about 20 feet away with his jaw on the floor, watching this.
Jed will wait to see what Rowan does.
Okay.
Or, if Howell leaves and Rowan's still there, then Jed will do something.
All right. Rowan, what are you doing?
Rowan decides that she is going to find a quiet spot herself, and 2 stops and watches this little scene happen, quietly laughing to herself that Raegar's getting a little comeuppance.
Okay.
If everybody leaves, Jed will wait till Howell leaves, and before Rowan leaves, he'll be like, 1 second. And he'll give her a big hug from the front and just squeeze her real tight and say, thank you for taking care of us, even if we don't always listen to you. And then he'll give her a big pat, 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 and go tromp off himself to go find something to do. But maybe not the big group of loud people. Maybe go see if there's anything else going on.
All right, absolutely.
Aww.
Golly.
Okay, so you head over to one of the more quiet groups, but of people who are about your height. You actually see that there's a group of people who are about your height, maybe some a couple taller, some maybe a few inches shorter than you, Jed, that are kind of convened in a corner, while Howell and Rowan are staring at the shouting competition that is happening between this Kenku, this 3'5" Kenku, and Raegar. They go, no, I'm the champ. You're not the champ.
No, I am totally the champ, all right?
It goes, and it like looks at the Sheelan, the Goliath, and kind of mimes something at him, and the guy goes, oh, sorry, destroy. He goes, I will destroy you in any kind of competition. You understand?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
And I look at Alf. You know I gotta do it on them. And I pull out my gauntlet, and I'm like, let's go, because I am the arm wrestling champ. And I will destroy you. And then I wave my hand in front of my face.
As though perhaps indicating that you cannot see the individual?
Indeed. They can't see Raegar.
Okay.
So I look at Hal and I ask him, how long are we going to watch this?
I think I'm good, but also they're gonna get in trouble.
It's kind of like a massacre. You just can't look away.
Yeah, it is just like that.
Should we get them out of this?
No, it's Raegar. You know.
Exactly. It's Raegar.
It'll be all right. Here's the way I see it. They've got him busy in this contest with these folks. It's better than if he had nothing to talk about, because then he'd be talking about the adventure.
Yeah, but we know what happens when he gets alcohol in him.
Yeah. We can see if he'll listen to reason, but he won't.
All right, jumping on over to Jed. Do you want to go over to the group of very tall people or look around for something else?
Yeah, I'll come up to the group of tall people, just kind of stride on up, see what they're doing.
Okay. You walk over. There's a group of a few Goliaths and one extremely familiar, very, very tall Furbolg. Sage Woodland is standing, having a discussion with these individuals very calmly, sipping on some tea. And he sees you approaching and goes, ah, Jed, it's nice to see you again.
Hey, Sage, from the drinking thing.
Right, from the drinking thing.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay. We're on our way to a couple of different adventures and that kind of thing, I suppose. I don't know, really. Like I said, I go where the universe takes me, really. So
Neat. Are you more of
doing
a
pretty good.
adventure to right wrongs or adventure to get treasures kind of guy?
I am an adventurer of balance.
Ooh.
The universe has very specific desires and needs and requirements. I see myself as an individual responsible for maintaining that balance.
Neat. I like that. What about the rest of you folk? What are we eating, huh?
And one of the Goliaths turns to you and goes like, "We are eating nothing currently. We eat in morning. And we eat all of it at the same time, and then we run. That is Goliath way."
Oh.
Yeah, apparently these individuals don't eat except but once a day, and they eat all of it at once. So it's like 40 pounds of meat, I think, that they consume all at the same time.
Whoa. That's a lot.
It's absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me, but oh well.
You want some jerky? I got some jerky.
I'm a vegetarian, actually, but I'll be okay.
Okay.
If you would like something to eat, I have a few sausages cooking for my friend.
Sausages? You said you're
Vegetarian, yeah. I don't eat meat, but, well, I respect that other people do. And I'm the only one who can cook between me and Lionel, so... Well.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. If you have some sausages, I'll try not to eat all of them.
That's all right. Lionel is very, very small, so he doesn't need too many. Here you go. And he pulls out a plate from behind him and hands over a plate that has several different sizes and colors of sausage. Like the darker ones are a little spicier. You might want to watch out for those.
Ooh. Jed'll pick out the one that's the craziest color to him, like the most unusual color, and try that.
There's a bright orange one.
Yeah.
Okay. He takes a bite out of it. It explodes with juice and flavor, filling his mouth. It is reminiscent. It is savory and reminiscent of Middle Eastern spices.
Yeah. This is delicious. I've never tasted anything like this. What is this?
That is Selahadrin, actually. We got some of it in some of our travels through the deserts. Apparently we're heading there again.
You guys are going to the deserts?
Yeah, apparently the South calls.
Oh. Neat. Why are you going to the deserts?
Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to say, actually.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to say nothing either.
Oh. Huh. Well, maybe we're going to the same place.
Maybe.
Maybe. Would you like some tea, Jed?
Yeah. So you said Lionel is very small. I'm meeting a lot of very small people lately.
It happens a lot, actually. I'm pretty surprised by how small the rest of the world is.
Me too. I didn't think it got any smaller than Alfy. You know, the halfling that is part of my group. And then I met a cat that talks, and it's its own person.
A cat that talks? A tabaxi, you mean?
Yeah, that's what they said. The backseat.
Wow. Fascinating. You're having the most interesting time, aren't you?
It's really fun, yeah. I like being an adventurer.
Me too. But yeah, no, my little friend is also a halfling. He's the one who outdrank your friend, actually.
Oh,
Remember him?
yeah. He's a really good drinker.
He is. It still doesn't make any sense to me. But that's Lionel.
Yeah. We had fun, huh?
We did. It was pretty good. And he pulls out a teapot from over his tiny little fire and pours you a cup and hands it to you. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Not seeing a cup, Jed will just slowly drink from it.
From the pot? He was like, wait.
Water falling.
Okay, that's fine.
It's good. It's good. It's like spattering on his.
He's gonna just gently grab it from you and be like, "All right then."
It's hot.
And at this point, you can hear shouting breaking out and people gathering collectively over on the far end of the other side of the huge fire. And he strains to see over and goes, "Oh no, that's where Lionel went."
Well, it's probably
if
where
you'll
Raegar
excuse
is
me,
if they're shouting.
Oh, you're probably right. We should go check it out and put a stop to whatever's happening. Excuse me, gentlemen, you'll have to excuse us. Where we left off, Jed, you and the extremely tall Sage Woodland have started striding over to the commotion that is currently being kicked up as Raegar and the Kenku, known as Nanali, are currently squaring up ready to arm wrestle.
It's a really yoked out bird, right? It's like a really buff bird.
Yeah, it's a buff bird.
Nice.
A yoked out bird.
Oh man.
At this point, the Goliath Sheelan the Merry has flipped over his massive cup to make a table, and is standing there going like, "This is going to be the most hilarious thing I've ever seen." Okay, go, half orc, you ready to go?
And I check to make sure that my gauntlet is on properly to show I'm the champ. And the champ is ready. The champ stays ready.
And what about you, my dear friend Nanali? Are you ready? And Nanali looks at you and goes, "The champ is always ready to destroy people in his way."
Yeah, that's what I just said. Although what you just said was so cool, I'm stealing it.
He was like, "Come on, she can only say things that have already been said to her for that day. Don't take the things she can say." All right.
What?
Are you ready to go? 3,
Right.
2, 1. And at this point, pushing through the crowd, comes charging the imposing figures of Jed and Sage. Jed goes like, whoa, what's happening? Sorry, what's happening?
You guys fighting?
No, little buddy. Just a friendly competition.
Okay, but don't break nothing, okay? We're all friends here.
Well,
Right, exactly.
exactly.
We don't need a competition or anything like that. Okay? It's gonna be all okay, right?
I mean, a friendly competition if it's fun and we don't hurt anybody.
Well,
I'm having fun.
oh. Okay, all right, fine. I'm going to go back to my previous conversation. As long as where's Lionel? And you hear a voice. I'm under. I'm under here. Hello? And Sage reaches down and pulls up the edge of the cup that is currently serving as a table, and a little halfling crawls out from under it. He goes like, hi, everyone. Back to your business. It'll not concern you. We're the Endless Summers Adventuring Group, and we'll see you later. And like, Sage just grabs him and picks him up and just starts walking. Like, oh goodness.
Endless Summers. I forgot to mention, I don't know if it'll be important or not, but when we ran over, I took the plate of sausages with us.
Oh, okay. He walks away without grabbing it.
All
He does not grab the
right.
sausages.
Hold on to those for me, little buddy.
Oh, I better fight quick.
Ooh, only way I know how.
I take a sip of the ale and I sneak a little piece of sausage off the plate.
So, okay, make a sleight of hand check.
I'm just thinking about.
Funny.
I'm just thinking about how high up that plate would be.
Right.
Oh crap! That's right. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh, that's. I can't even blame the alcohol.
Nope.
All right. Give me a second here. Sleight of hand. Where are you? Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand is there.
21. Okay. You managed to quickly and quietly almost scale the side of Jed's leg without him seeing you, and just yoink a sausage off of the plate.
And while I do that, I go and I sit on his shoulder the way that I did the previous day while we were involved in the competition and stuff.
Okay. All right. So, as you guys now get reset to do the arm wrestling competition, Nanari looks at you, Raegar, and goes like, "Hey, champ."
Yeah, fake champ bird.
And it cocks its head at you and goes like, "You're gonna die." And then starts pushing. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Okay. And wait! Inspiration.
Go ahead and do you want to use one of the d20s? That's 7.
Actually, no. I'll use a d20.
Okay.
Good God.
$12 plus 7. Ooh, it's close. Okay, so you hold your ground against her push, and she is pushing against you, and you start pushing back, and she goes like, "Ah! Hey, champ!" As she's like getting close to the bottom.
Yeah, fake champ.
And she goes, "Boo!" And you are immediately completely shrouded in darkness. All of you. And as you guys are watching, those of you who are within 60 feet of what is happening, you are also shrouded in complete darkness.
Ooh. What the?
And people start shouting, people start yelling and going crazy. What's up, Raegar?
Can I see? Because I have dark vision.
No, you cannot see in this darkness.
Okay. Darkness. No, I'm scared.
And the hand slips out of yours, and your fist punches the table, and you hear a very quiet voice in your ear whisper, "I'm the champ." Before, I'm going to need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, Jesus wept. Okay. Come on, baby.
Ten. Something catches your ankle, and you go and get yanked directly upward.
Oh, dang it.
The darkness dissipates just as quickly as it appeared. The Kenku is nowhere to be seen, but Raegar is currently hanging from his ankle over the table.
What is happening? What is happening? Guys, I think I did something bad.
Is it a no contest? I don't. What are the rules?
One of the people are just shouting and jostling each other, and at this point now, as everything is cleared up, they're just looking up at Raegar's form being held upside down.
Little buddy, assistance.
Okay.
And you hear a voice go, I'll get him down. And this figure comes stepping forward to be standing next to you, Jed. They are, interestingly enough, very difficult to identify as far as their gender goes. They're clearly an elf. pointed ears, very fine structure of cheekbone, but very difficult to identify gender on this individual. And they look up at Raegar's form and goes, actually, I might need to get Cassandra to get him down. I don't want him to drop on his head. How thick is his skull?
Very.
They say and
Pretty
turn towards
thick.
Jed.
Thick
Super, super, very thick.
with 2 C's.
Oh, delightful. You know him as well, then?
Yes.
Pointing at Howell.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, if I cut him down, is that going to hurt?
It will, but go ahead.
What is she saying?
You're gonna be just
He's
fine.
going to cut you down.
All right.
They, if you please. Or, I mean, my name works just as well if need be. I'm Leon.
Ooh.
Hey, Leon.
Hi.
Fine.
I'm sure he'll be fine. And she pulls out a small cylindrical metal shape and just flicks it into the air, and it goes soaring around and to the side and cuts the rope holding Raegar, and you land your head cracking into the cup on the ground. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And
Bye, guys.
remind me, how much does Raegar weigh?
Oh, shucks. Raegar way. Gotta keep it clean. 320.
320?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you make impact, the cup cracks underneath you. And you just fall to the ground.
Ugh. Let's not do that again.
Right. My suggestion is don't antagonize people from that particular adventuring group. And she, like, glares over at Max and Sheelan. And Sheelan just smiles broadly. And Max goes, "What? It's not like we did it. It was Nanawi. There's no telling what she's going to do."
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
Now. Probably not a good idea to get into a fight with someone who just kicked your ass, yes?
My ass was not kicked. I got lifted into the air. There's a difference.
I fail to see it.
Well, my ass doesn't hurt, so clearly wasn't kicked.
Does your head hurt?
Yeah, it does. You
And
just
you
say
are
got my
a-
head.
But head?
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Very good. I've been told that I don't have a sense of humor, so I'm glad to see that someone thinks I'm funny. Look, as an apology for this kind of thing, why don't you gather your people, whatever. What's your group name, by the way?
Jedidiah Dorpe and friends.
Jedidiah Dorpe and friends. Well, Jedidiah Dorpe and friends. Why don't you gather the rest of your friends and meet us over at our camp. We'll maybe be able to make some reparations for this.
What's your group's name?
The Morning Star.
Oh. I think
We
I
are
got a better name.
headed by the Archmage Cassandra, actually.
Archmage.
Oh.
They got archmages.
It's an archmage.
I don't know.
Like him.
Is that like a...
It's just very important. Well, look, just gather the rest of your people and come sit with us.
Must be like a mayor.
Like a wizard with a bad back.
Yeah, like a wizard mayor.
It's sure, and they just turn and walk away.
You guys, we're gonna go see a wizard mayor. Come on.
Hal joins.
All right, Jed. Would you please make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Constitution saving throw. Oh my god. Okay.
24. Okay.
Nice.
Good to know. Nothing happens. So you guys,
Okay.
Just FYI. It's just nice to know. Thanks. Appreciate it.
so you guys gather together, more or less. Rowan, you've had a little bit of time during the hubbub and the building up to this to have some time to yourself out in the wooded areas surrounding this campsite. But now your companions are calling you over to join them.
And I do.
All right. So you guys, do you head over to the Morning Star?
Yeah.
Of course.
It is a series of silver tents, silver and gold, beautifully ornate. And they have a small white fire. And sitting around it is the elven individual you had seen before. A tall, thin human woman in a flowing white robe with kind of a long braid of fiery red hair. And what appears to be someone who is carved out of stone. So they are sitting around this fire, and as you guys approach, the one you had met before looks up, sees you guys coming, and goes like, Cassandra, these are the people I told you about. Cassandra, this is Jedidiah Dorpe and friends. Jedidiah Dorpe and friends. Once again, hello, yes. I'm Leon. This is Cassandra. The human nods. And that's Clay. And the individual, he's an Earth Genasi. The Genasi looks up Clay and goes, Clay is happy to meet you all.
Hi. I'm Jed.
So then you must be the leader, yeah?
Oh no, they just made the name about me. Well, I made the name about me.
So Cassandra smiles and goes, fair enough, I suppose. Tell me, what happened over there, please? A detailed account, and perhaps we can get some sleep.
I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Please do.
I was just trying to have a simple drink, all right? And then some bird lady tries to get in my face, try to say that they're the champ. By the way, didn't mention this before. I'm the champ, 5-time champ, to be exact. And then I'm trying to have...
Clay is curious about what kind of champ you are.
Oh, Clay, let me tell you. I am a jousting champ. I am a push-down champ.
Push-down champ.
Push-down champ. Oh, yeah, brother. I am a arm wrestling champ. I'm a fighting champ, right? I've been in many arenas before. And then I got another champ of something. Tiny Elf. There was something else. Tiny Elf.
I look
Clay
over.
is curious as to who Tiny Elf
Raegar.
is.
I look over at Raegar, and and I don't remember what it was either.
Tiny Elf's kind of my manager.
What?
Clay wants to know what a manager is.
A manager is somebody who goes around with the champ, all right? They hype up the crowd, right?
That's
Like, they're in my corner. They got my back. And I have Tiny Elf's back. What is that, Tiny Elf? Tiny Elf, don't worry. I got this. I got this, Tiny Elf.
Okay,
don't worry.
both of you. Stop.
And
Stop.
then that one there is mean and dumb.
It was for betting the large woman. I don't think you got a physical belt, but that was that was number, I think it was 4.
It's called sex, Howell.
Yeah.
Jed has already established that it's called sex.
Clay is no
Sabrina.
longer confused.
Betting a large woman. Listen to this nerd.
And at this point, the Clay stands up, and you can see he has a massive WWE style belt on, wrapping his stomach.
You.
Oh no.
He gives it a light pat.
What?
Clay's a champ too.
What? Oh my god, Clay! We could be the most formidable team in the world!
Clay is not interested.
Clay!
Clay thinks that maybe once you're a little stronger, we can do something.
Oh,
I'm gonna hold you to that, Clay. I'm gonna become so strong. And I punched my fist into the air, anime style. I'm gonna be so strong, Clay. You just wait. Maybe
How long
you
is
can
he
be my
going to be holding
sensei.
that pose?
for a while, I think.
He's just gonna stand there with his fist up.
Raegar, put your hand down.
Don't tell me what to do.
Alright, can someone who is a bit more concise tell me what happened?
Yes. Raegar was over drinking, and he and the bird got into it as far as mimicking and battling each other. The bird and he went to arm wrestle, things went black, and then he was hanging upside down when everything came back to light.
Things went black.
Yes.
Is there more to that? Can you describe it for me? Was it just black instantly, like slowly?
Things
It
went
was-
black.
Boom, like instant.
Someone
was
said
black.
boo, and then everything went nighttime.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
said boo?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Alright, well, good to know, I guess. I'll be
So what
making a
happened?
formal. I believe you. Look, I'll tell you what. Because you've been such good sports about all this, tell me where you're headed, and I'll try and get you there a little bit faster.
Oh, bless. Rowan, tell them where we're going.
Oh, I thought we're not supposed to say.
Oh, Jed.
Well, I want to get there fast. And I don't remember where we're going. So, Rowan, get on it.
We are but mere travelers.
Right, every traveler has a destination. Look, I'm not new to this. Whatever it is you're after, I'm probably not after it.
I look around at the group to see what their expressions are telling me.
Make
I
an
look-
insight check.
Okay.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it, Rowan.
Do it.
We believe in you.
Do it.
We got
We
the
believe in you,
D20,
Rowan.
just say it in case. I feel like this might be
No, no,
crucial.
we've got D20s.
You
waiting
got
in
this,
the
Rowan.
wings.
Do it.
So that is, and then you have. Is your insight 0?
My modifier or bonus?
Yeah. So with your abilities, not the passive insight, the regular.
Okay, so it'd be 16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. +6 insight. Amazing. Okay. With a 16, you can read Jed's expression, because his is like a book. Raegar's expression, and Howell's expression. Alfie is a little bit more used to hiding what she thinks, so she's a little bit more difficult to read. What do your expressions say to her, guys?
Do it now.
Don't
Otherwise, I'm going to continue to harass you.
confused as to
How-
why we got to tell him.
Howell looks like he just ate something sour.
Don't do it.
Ye gods, I'm not after what you're after. It's beneath my notice, I can almost promise you.
We've been
Alright.
asked to keep it to ourselves. Therefore, we need to uphold that wish.
Oh, what a nerd.
Shut up.
All right. I respect that. Well then, what would you have of me then? To appease you in this situation? A gift, a boon, something.
I look around the group, praying Raegar keeps his mouth shut.
I want to be able to see in the dark.
Can you
Like-
not already do that?
Couldn't do it a second ago. Now it's pretty dark.
Magical darkness is different.
Well, some magical magic.
And that's what you all want,
No.
is for him to be able to see in the dark.
No.
Is that what
No.
I want?
No.
No, that's not what you want.
It's not.
No.
Feels like I want it. Look,
Do you have anything that could provide protection over myself and my friend?
I suppose I have a few things, aye? What kind of protection?
weapons. Weapons.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of like the sound of weapons.
Oh yeah, Tiny Hal's feeling it.
I don't have a lot of weapons on me, unfortunately. It's not really my area. I use
Is
magic.
your-
Clay
I'd rather have a
uses
spell.
Clay uses hands, and well, Leon has more than enough weapons for all of us.
What
And they just
about
chuckle.
something that'll give us food or water even if we don't got food or water?
Oh,
Oh,
what?
well, no, that I could actually do.
All right. Well,
Good
Pretty good
going,
request.
Jed.
I was just thinking because where we're mhm.
Mm-mm.
would be nice
We
to
can
have
always
no matter where we
water.
go, anywhere,
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
Somebody pat that boy on the back.
She nods and turns and goes back into the tent. And Leon looks at you guys and goes, "You can trust us. You know that, right?"
Yeah, but we're getting paid to not say nothing, so, you know.
Jed. Shh.
Honestly, I respect that. I respect that quite a lot.
Who came up with the name Morningstar? That's so cool.
Oh, well, actually, that's Leon's idea. She actually used to wield one
Oh,
before, well, a long time ago.
So you have a weapon called a Morningstar?
There is a weapon called a Morningstar. Yes, it's like a mace, but very spiky
Ooh.
at the head. Yes, it's not altogether uncommon, actually. I'm surprised you haven't seen one.
No, I just got these two machetes. You got a thing like that? Got
Maybe
like a
that's what
Morningstar
it means you should
machete?
two
Uh,
machetes.
They pull their backpack tight. Well, no, but I can do this. And twists the center, and 4 extra arms pop out of the backpack, wielding weapons, each of them separately. One of them is a large, difficult to describe. It's like Darth Maul's lightsaber, but it's axes. Double-sided axes. Swords. All manner of different types of weapons. And they smile at you and go, "So there's that."
Neat.
Ooh.
All right, relax.
Just give-
Wow.
I just-
Simmer down,
It's
Raegar.
just so exciting.
They pull a pull cord, and it retracts back into their backpack. At this point, the Archmaid's Cassandra comes back out of the tent, holding a ceramic jug, probably about the size of like a good, almost like a good-sized vase, but it is a dark clay color with a strange arcane symbol on the front. And she holds it out to you guys and goes, "Right, that's about the best that I've got.
What is this?
This is an alchemy jar. It will fill up with any kind of liquid that you can think of. Once a day, but it'll fill all the way up.
Any kind of liquid?
Any that you can think of.
Oh, Jed, my boy.
Oh.
Good call.
One question.
Hmm.
Should one person be in charge of it?
I asked
Oh, that's
for
up
it.
to you.
Just want to say, put it out there. I asked for it.
And she holds it out to you, Jed. She
Jed
did
grabs
ask
it
for it.
and quickly says, "Banana milk."
He says what?
Banana milk.
Fills up with a strange yellowish white creamy substance.
Oh, there's
You
so
down the whole
much. And he
Wow.
just goes back in.
It's a lot.
Well, if it only works once a day, good thing he used it now.
I suppose.
What was that? Was that beer?
Oh, it's
He did not say beer, so no.
Sure doesn't smell like beer either.
Throw some rum in it.
It's just like at home.
You intrigue me. You're a human, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're ridiculously big.
Yeah. We're all big where I come from.
And where do you come from? Exactly.
Let's see. Kind of looks around. Points innately at where the ocean would be, where he came from. That way, very, very far, big far, on islands.
Islands. Well,
Yeah.
that's about the most helpful thing you've said so far. So you're telling me that there's a lot of people like you there. Are they grey?
No, we're mostly brown.
That other humans?
Well,
Yeah,
I
like
have a
me.
question.
Have you ever in your life seen someone that size who was not a Goliath?
Yeah,
That
like everybody else on my island.
Oh,
not you, Jed.
Oh,
That is a fair point. He is large.
He's a growing boy. Leave him alone.
this isn't as big as it gets. It gets bigger than that.
Yeah, good. That's why I said he's a growing boy. This guy.
I'm glad that you find him interesting, but let's keep the questions to a minimum, shall we?
All right, fair enough, fair enough. I've learned what I wanted to know.
I told you she was rude.
All right, I suppose debt repaid. Now, go do whatever it is you're gonna do.
thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks.
And she returns to the fire with the other two. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do this evening?
Finish my banana milk.
Okay.
I would like to try to talk to little Alf and figure out why did we give the item to the small man?
Okay. As the evening progresses and people start going to bed, and there's just a few dull campfires out, you find Alfie near one of the dwindling fires that doesn't have anyone around it.
Tiny Elf.
I turn and look back at him.
Did Rowan make you do that thing earlier?
What thing earlier?
You know what I mean. We said that we were going to kill that guy together.
I look away from him and back into the fire. Sometimes circumstances... You don't know what that word means. Sometimes you have to change things, Raegar, for the safety of other people.
Yeah, but that guy was bad.
He was bad, I'm not disagreeing with you.
So we have to kill him.
Raegar,
Tiny Elf, look, there are some things in this world that, yeah, it's a little confusing. But we gotta do what's right, right? I mean, otherwise, just anybody could just go around breaking the rules, and that's no fun. That's not how you become champ. You basically made that guy champ. When I'm champ, I earn my titles. But that guy, he didn't. And he took one of my titles. I mean, you got it back. Still, it's not right.
Raegar, let me ask you something. And I turn to him with kind of this sour expression on my face. Let's say that we made this arrangement. But for this example, you're not you. You're not big and strong and really tall. You're very small. You're me size. Can you imagine for a minute that you're really small and the rest of the world around you is really big?
As Alpha's saying this, I kind of shrink down and make myself as small as possible. I'm imagining it. I'm imagining it.
Good. Imagine it really, really hard. Get it in your mind and try and think about what that means. The world around you is bigger. You've got to move faster. You've got to be smart. And imagine that you got a big old buddy, like a Jed almost, someone big and strong and tall that you can tag team with, but who also might not always make the smartest decisions. But you're this little guy, right? So you feel better when you got the big guy around, because the big guy at least means he can step in and do something. Now imagine you made this deal. And I kind of turn and I get close to him and I kind of have a finger in his face as I say, imagine that you made this deal and you're sleeping in your bed in the middle of the night. And when you wake up, there's someone in the shadows pointing a crossbow at you and demanding to have that necklace returned, or he'll kill you and he'll kill the rest of your friends. And there's nothing you can do about it but do what he says. What do you think you would do then?
I do what I always do, Tiny Elf. I fight. And I just stare. It's like there's a moment of just like there's no drunkenness behind that. It's like for once Raegar is actually talking with sense in his mind.
Everyone dies if you don't do it, Raegar. Everyone is asleep. Everyone is vulnerable. Everyone is helpless. So I do the only thing that I can do best. Because I can't fight. I can't fight like you can. I can't cast spells like Rowan can. But I can save your lives. And it might not have been the smartest decision at the time. It might not have been the most knowledgeable thing because Rowan didn't even tell us what exactly that is. So sure, I don't know what exactly we just gave back to him. But would you rather be here right now? Or would you rather be dead?
Tiny Elf. And I put a large hand on Tiny Elf's shoulder. I am never leaving your side again, my friend. I am never going to leave you vulnerable like that, ever again. You are my friend. And I am going to protect you, because you should not have to make that type of decision on your own. We're a tag team. We are the best tag team of all time! And I let you down, but I'm never doing that again.
I saved your lives, Raegar. And I sort of look around a bit and kind of lean in a little bit and say, it was the House of Gallows.
Raegar, make a history check.
Oh. I shall. see what happens.
A shiver runs down your spine, Raegar. You know that name. From your time in the streets, from your time in the arena. The House of Gallows is who you go to when you want people to disappear. The House of Gallows is this entity more than it is an individual, or even a group of individuals. It's spoken about in whispered tones for fear of being heard. The common understanding is that the House of Gallows knows everything about everyone. And if they wanted you to die, disappear, and have no one remember your name in the morning, they could do it. No matter who you are. From the highest king to the lowliest beggar. That is the reputation of the House of Gallows.
And I say again, still with a finger pointed at him, quietly and kind of through gritted teeth. Not like emotionally, but just sort of angry. Somebody get what I'm trying to say here. I say, I saved your lives.
Thank you, Tiny Elf. Don't worry about Rowan. She'll come around. But you... You don't need to be messing with the House of Gallows. Not on your own. If we're gonna die, then I'd rather die alongside a friend.
And I kind of just look back at Raegar for a moment. Kind of long, quiet moment. And then I sit back down on the grass beside him. And I stare into the fire.
And I too stare into the fire.
All right. The evening wears on through the night. Each of you finding your way eventually to your own beds. Whether it be outside or in the caravan. And after a full night's rest, some of you fitful, you awaken the next morning to the sounds of people rushing around, packing up, and getting ready to leave. Your own caravan is compacted and ready to go. You see Midi sitting at the driver's seat. And he smiles warmly at you guys as you approach the side of the caravan. Right, are we ready to be off?
So to make sure we have everyone.
Right, then let's do a head count, shall we? Tiny one.
What, me?
Yep, that's the one. Let's see. The one who's moody and has issues.
How? That could
Right.
be a few of us.
Well,
No, it's definitely you, bud.
yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like you.
I would have thought it would be you, yeah.
It's literally talking about you.
Jed.
Abnormally gigantic one with a big heart and a big heart.
Raegar.
That's Jed.
Jed, that's you.
That's definitely you,
Aww.
Ah, well, wonderful. Large green one who is not as dumb as he appears.
bud. Ha ha!
Not quite. And then lastly, the one with the horns and the attitude.
Yeah, that's me.
Right, oh. Well, climb on in. I think that's everyone. And we'll hit the road.
Rowan jumps in.
Okay.
Jed jumps
Hal
in.
follows suit.
Same.
Raegar also gets in.
And off you guys go down the dusty road. Your journey continues relatively uneventfully. Several days pass, with the temperature having a competition to see whether it's going to get really, really cold up here before you get far enough south for it to not matter anymore. You travel for the better part of 4 days, periodically stopping off and taking rests here and there. Nothing particularly eventful happens. And then, as you are driving along, Mitty calls back, "There's a caravan passing on our right. I'm going to have to stop because it's enormous. It's an entire train. So, be careful, and don't worry as we stop." And as the horses pull to a stop, you can see this caravan moving along. It looks something like a train, like an actual locomotive, pumping black smoke into the air from the front. But the wheels on it are wagon wheels. And as it moves forward, the inside is each compartment is open air. And there are people inside them. There are some crates, containers, cages, that holding various items, objects, silks. You see some seeds. You see all different kinds of things. And then as the caravan progresses, you see a cart that has a bunch of cages with lots of animals inside, brightly colored birds, some rodents, a few very small cats and dog-looking creatures. Standing in it is a very brightly adorned tiefling with purple robes and kind of a pinkish complexion. Excuse me. Sorry. And as it goes by, he turns and sees your guys' caravan, and whoever's poking their head out of the back or attempting to see, he waves merrily at as it moves along. You can see there are musicians, there are jugglers, performers, that kind of thing, as the train continues along. It reminds you of a circus. And as it passes by, following behind it is a small group of pretty well-dressed individuals, skipping and laughing and dancing behind it as they lead along. And one of them calls out to you, "Ho there, weary travelers! Ho there!"
Hello.
"Hello! It's so nice to see new people on the streets and on this road. Where are you headed? The circus is going that way." And she gestures in the direction that the train has just gone.
We're heading that way as well?
No, it is going the opposite direction as you.
Oh. We're going that way.
Oh,
Jed
well,
says and
that's a
points the other.
shame. That is a shame. You're going to miss quite the circus. I'll tell you what. I'll give you this free coupon, and pulls out a small sheaf of paper. And whenever you're in the same area as Dorian's magnificent circus, you come and see it, all right?
Okay.
Rowan pops her head out and says, "No, the only shame there is that those animals are in cages."
Oh, I see. Well, I assure you that if you want to get them out of the cages, they're all for sale. You could purchase one if you want.
Ooh.
What's this
We
paper
have enough.
say? We'll shake it at him.
He was like, "Oh, it's a coupon. A ticket, if you will, to get in for free for one person."
Ooh.
You look at it. It has a very well sketched out picture of a big top tent.
Neat. And Jed tucks it away next to his heart.
How much for an animal?
Oh, it depends on the animal, my giant friend.
You got anything badass?
Oh, we've got all kinds of things that are bad and have asses. Oh, absolutely. We have several different variations of creatures that you could train to help you in combat. You seem like a very capable man.
That I am, good buddy. And I jump out of the caravan. How observant of you. That's a word.
Then he goes, could you get... Oh dear. Is this going to take long?
I just want
Raegar.
to see a badass animal. One that I can have.
No, get in the cart.
You don't tell me what to do, Rowan. Stay in your lane. You. Badass animals. Let me see.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror when you wake up first thing in the morning, scratching your handsome face covered in manly stubble, and said, I need a bear?
Ooh, a bear. Oh, you got bears?
We have bears.
Let me see.
It's all the way up there. You're going to have to come with me to the circus.
What?
I said it's all the way up there. You're going to have to come with me to the circus if you
But we
want to
have-
see it.
But we have to go.
Come
Hey
on.
guys,
No.
No, Raegar. Come on.
Where are we gonna keep a bear?
I'll figure it out. Let me have the bear.
Raegar,
No.
a bear will eat me.
A bear won't eat you if I train it properly.
He's right, you know. Bears are extremely trainable. I mean, look,
See?
you've got one yourselves, and points to
We
Jed.
appreciate the coupon. Move on, friend.
All right, I can tell when I'm not wanted. But I tell you what, and he winks at you, Raegar. I switched up which one that was. She winks at you, Raegar, and goes, if you ever find yourself within spitting distance of Dorian's magical circus, you know where to find it. Just follow the lovely music and the delicious smells. And she, like, skips backwards and then hops after the circus as it moves along.
Oh, I'm gonna get that bear. And I hop back on the train.
Okay. So, the caravan moves forward for a full another 5 days. At this point, it is actually starting to get hot. And you reach a massive white wall made out of marble with sweeping architecture and a absolutely gorgeous pearly front gate. It is late in the evening, and the sunlight on the gold and on the silvers and reds indicate almost a fiery sense, like the gate and wall are on fire. Standing at this gate are two Brindamiran soldiers, tall, powerfully built tiefling individuals who are letting in a massive train of people. The only reason that you can see that far ahead is because of the flat, plain-like area in front of you. Cracked and dried earth, leading into the kingdom of Brindamir, within the Empire. At this point, the hand drops down, and Valen pops in and goes, all right, everyone. Now that we're at the wall, we're gonna have to wait for a while to get through. So here's what I suggest. Since it's almost nightfall, why don't you guys find a place to camp? And once I get our papers sorted out and get us through the wall, I'll call you. Here. And he holds out a small, shiny rock. If you hold this in your hand, I can talk to you.
Rowan takes it.
Maybe I wanted to hold the shiny rock.
I don't trust you to hold the shiny rock, Raegar. We've been traveling together for a while. I've seen you throw things out the caravan because they frustrate you.
Fair enough.
Rowan puts it in her pocket.
All right. So, as night falls outside the edge of this desert, you guys have a little bit of time to set up a camp and have any kind of conversations that you would like to have or anything like that as night falls. You also have the opportunity, if you would like to set up a watch, you can, though there is quite a bit of activity going on, so it might not be necessary.
I actually, so I have the mayor's ring. I would like to fiddle with it, and I'm like just looking at it, just like, playing with it, seeing if there's anything on it, some inscriptions or something.
Sure, make an investigation check for me.
I shall. I'll make that investigations check. And And can I use my inspiration, the D4?
You may, if you would like to use your inspiration, and I believe we also have some dice saved up from the chat as well.
We do. We have a D20 still, and we have a D4 as well.
All right, and those do go away at the end of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You do. I used the D4 from the chat.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm about to say, I honestly, I would say that the inspiration would have left you after the day after.
Oh, okay.
You know, that morning of glow. So 2 more, that makes it 14. It doesn't seem to be particularly remarkable. It has some markings on it and a large red ruby on the ring.
Ooh. I'm gonna put it on.
Okay. You slide it on your hand?
Yep.
Okay. Raegar, can you please make for me
Oh God.
a wisdom saving throw?
Oh boy.
Was the mare that large? I guess I didn't picture the mare as being as big as
He was not, but magical items resize to their new owners.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Okay.
This is wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
And-
saving throw, which is a separate thing. It should be a little bit further down on your character sheet, on maybe the first page.
Okay. I think. Yeah. All right.
Okay. You put it on,
Mm-hmm.
and you immediately feel a hot, warm sensation running up your arm that has the ring on. And as it does, you're like, that is not fun. And you look at the ring, and the ruby, is now an open flame.
Ooh.
That doesn't look so good.
What's
As
happening?
you guys are all sitting around your campfire, he puts the ring on
Take
it.
it off. Take it off.
Raegar, what?
Raegar,
What's
what are
happening?
you doing?
What's happening, guys?
Fire.
I just put the ring on.
Fire hand.
Guys, it hurts, but it's kind of cool.
No, it's not cool. That's definitely not cool.
I slide the ring off.
Okay. You attempt to pull it off, it does not budge.
Oh,
Guys, it's not coming off.
you're gonna burn your fingerless glove.
No, my fingerless gloves.
Does it hurt? Like a lot,
Damn it.
Or like, can you take it?
Yeah, what's the pain level?
It is not unlike having your arm submerged in a really, really hot bath. It's really uncomfortable at first, and then you kind of get used to it, but it's never great.
I just repeat what you just told me.
Okay.
Bath and all.
Not that bad. Does it
Yes.
make you do anything? I mean, it looks pretty
no.
cool. You have fire on your hand.
Oh no. I mean, I guess I could try and do something with it.
Punch your hand into the air like you did the other day.
No.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea, little buddy.
This sounds.
Oh no.
Punch the air.
You punch your fist directly up into the air, concentrating as hard as you can on the ring, and you punch your hand into the air.
Oh, it looks cool.
Right? With like the flames and everything on the edge. Little buddy, see if you can touch the fire.
Okay. I reach to touch the fire.
No. Why would you do that?
As you touch the fire, you take 4 points of fire damage to your hand,
Oh,
burning your fingers.
that's really hot.
So don't touch the fire is what we learned.
Was
Hello?
it specifically reaching for the fire, or was it just being close to him that hurt me?
When you reached for the fire.
Okay.
I.
It's hot.
Raegar, What compelled you to put that ring on?
It was just, I just wanted to look at it. I just wanted to get a close look. I've had it this whole time.
You got that from...
Hey, Rowan. How do you use
What?
magic?
Yay for
No,
you,
Matt-
buddy.
Magic
No,
is
I said,
using
how do
you.
How do you use magic?
Oh,
Like,
how?
yeah, how? Like, do I just like, think stuff and make it happen, or like what?
It depends on the magic.
Well, what type of magic is this then? You're the magic person. This is
I
your
don't
job.
know.
Well,
There's hundreds of types. It could be ancient. It could be evil. It could. There's hundreds of things.
Well, it hurt my little friend over here, so it ain't great.
I walk over to Jed and I say, "Let me see it, big guy." And I hold out. I try and look at the burn on his hand.
It's not that bad. I'll show the burnt fingers.
Oof. Oh, not that bad.
Just a little bit.
I'm probably really lucky though.
All right. I'm going to cast a spell to cure wounds and help the burns of those that are injured.
All right. So go ahead and roll mark off the spell slot and roll your healing.
I try to like wave my hand to make something happen.
Oh no.
Okay. So you wave your hand around. Nothing appears to be happening.
Is that a D20 for me, Sam?
It is your healing. It should be in the spell description. It is,
1D.
I believe.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, and it'll be plus your wisdom modifier, because that's your spellcasting modifier. So Raegar, you wave your fist around, and nothing appears to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
It just is there, and it won't come off.
But the flame is still there.
Yes, the flame is still going.
Is it like does it like engulf my hand, or is it like?
No, it's just what the gemstone was is now a small flame.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Well, can't like. Anybody got any water?
Alfie,
Yes.
with your passive perception, you actually notice there is a group of people, about 6 people, walking towards you.
Oh god.
None of the rest of you notice, just Alfie at first.
Okay.
Okay, I rolled mine. Did I heal Jed?
Yeah, so Jed, you get healed for 5 points.
Alright.
And the blisters from the burns slowly fade as Rowan puts her hands on your hands.
Sorry, little buddy.
No, it's okay. You didn't mean to. We gotta figure this out.
I want to figure it out, but like, I want to do like cool things, like theme thing. That'd be cool.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Is the only evidence that he's wearing the ring or anything magical is happening only by the ring, or is there something going on with the rest of him or up his arm?
No,
or whatever?
it appears to just be the ring.
It's just the ring. Okay.
It appears to just be the ring, yeah. And you see that they're now starting to fan out and almost circle around you guys.
Raegar,
Yeah.
I need you to cover your hand. Stick it in a pocket. Stick it somewhere where it isn't really visible.
Well, I can't
I
put it
like
in a pocket. I'm gonna burn my pants off.
That'd be kind of funny.
Figure out a way to hide it. And I nod my head over to the group of people and I say, we aren't alone out here. They're fanning out.
Fanning out, huh?
And I
And
just
this
grab.
is the first time you guys realize just how far away from everyone else you set up this camp.
Oh.
I slowly start to pull out my machetes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll just say, as you pull out your machetes, they start to glow ever so faintly in your hands. It's almost imperceptible.
Guys, they're doing something to my swords. They're doing something to my machetes.
You think it's the ring?
I don't
Told
know.
you to hide the ring.
Well, Well, you said that people were coming.
Shove your hand into the sand or something. I don't know.
God, I don't want to shoot my hand. And I just shove my hand into the.
Okay, you shove your hand into the sand.
Fireball that came off of your hands.
Yes.
Don't shove your hand into the sand.
I should put my fist into the sand. I've still got one machete in my hand, in my other hand.
Okay, you dropped the machete and shoved your fist into the hand.
Correct.
Or fist into the sand.
Right.
Shove your fist into the hand.
Yep. Like an anime character. So, at this point, a voice calls out, "Oi, you lot!
Yeah.
You're gonna make this hard, or you're gonna make this easy."
What?
And you hear the unsheathing of blades.
Wait, what hard? What are you doing?
As people start to come into the firelight, as it is now very dark, people start to come into the firelight from all different sides. 6 individuals, varying heights, wearing leather armor, and their hoods up with a face, a cowl kind of covering. As one of them steps forward and says, "Listen, hand over all your valuables and that lovely shiny ring I just saw you shove into the sand,
Or
and no one gets hurt."
what if we don't give you anything and then you don't get hurt?
Oh, that's funny. That's cute. Isn't that cute, lads? And like the rest of them kind of chuckle around like,
It's not cute. It's
Are we gonna
badass.
fight? Are we gonna? Is it fight time? Are we gonna?
I take my hand out the sand and grab my machete, and I'm like,
I think it's time to throw down, Tiny Jed.
Is it fight time? Is it fight time, guys? Guys, are we fighting?
Oh, it's fight time.
this will be annoying then. We don't want any trouble, but we will.
Jed goes
Take
into a
you
rage
down.
and charges him.
Okay. In this surprise round for you, Jed, 100% you get the first go. So go ahead and make your attack roll as you get close to him.
Sweet. Is he far enough that I can use my new charge thing at him?
He is, yes.
Cool. It is this. I believe. What's? Oh, you know what? I forgot the formula for advantage. It's advantage if he hasn't taken a turn yet, right?
It is, yeah. This is a surprise round, so you do get advantage.
Oh, okay.
ADV.
It's ADV.
Mm-hmm.
What part though? Oh.
After 1d20, you do a space and an ADV. Yes.
That? Oh, look at that.
Look at it.
All right. 16. 16 does hit. So go ahead and roll your damage. And would you like to do additional damage or push him back?
I'll do the additional 5 damage.
Okay.
Jed flies into a rage and just immediately goes charging after him. You see these ghosts of his ancestors pop up all around him, and he yells, "Fight time!"
18. Okay. You come charging up, and with one swing, you bring your hammer out and down and crumple this guy where he stood. He just collapses to the ground. The others are caught off guard immediately. And are like, what? Shoot him! Everybody roll initiative, please.
Yes.
Don't worry, Tiny Jed, we're coming.
That is the initiative modifier, yes?
Yes, that is the initiative modifier. Added to a d20.
Woohoo!
Ooh, no.
Oh, Jed.
Oh, God.
Got too invested in that one guy. Okay, so it looks like we have Raegar going first.
All right. I'm going.
Followed.
Oh no, sorry.
It's fine. Followed by Alfy, and then one of the bandits, and then followed by Rowan. The remaining 4 bandits, and then we have, last but not least, Howell and Jed. Okay. With that, Raegar, what are you doing?
How far away am I from the closest bandit to Alfie?
The closest bandit to Alfie is about 15 feet out of the firelight, and you are all sitting around the immediate vicinity, so I would say probably about 15 feet.
Okay, so I'd be able to reach them.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to attack that person.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack roll, and you may roll this with advantage.
Nice. That's with strength, right?
Yes, that'll be your strength modifier and your proficiency,
Gotcha.
which is +2. 18. All right. So that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage for your first machete.
All right. And that is with a D6. And that's just with my D6, right? No. with the
D6 plus your strength.
Oh, plus strength. Okay. Sorry, it's been too long.
I know, it's been too long since you got in the fight. Okay, 10 points of damage. You drive your machete into his side, and he goes like, "Argh!" And the blood from the blow flowing down your hand starts to get drank into the ring. And Raegar, you hear a voice in your head say,
Oh, hell.
Yes. More.
You still have your bonus action and your movement.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
I
So
want
good.
to. I want to stay in between this bandit and Tiny Alf. And then can I just kind of like brace myself for my bonus action, like if they try to attack?
You can, or because of your recent feat acquisition, you can use your bonus action to attack.
Oh. Well, then I'm gonna attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll roll an attack again.
Still with advantage, or that was just that one time?
It's still with advantage.
Oh. Well, all right then.
22 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. With that, you drive your second machete into his chest, killing him instantly. And as you pull the blades out and he crumples in front of you, the blood once again getting pulled into the ring. The voice, this time stronger.
Yes, kill for me, and I will make you strong.
That is going to bring us to Alfie. Your go.
So Alfyr's sort of panicking a little bit, being out beyond the people, and I'm assuming not with any like rocks or anything like that she could stealthily like move behind and do some sort of distance throws or whatever. While Raegar is being helpful, I'm going to at least stay near him, just for the fact that he is big and he is something that covers.
Absolutely.
And I mean, are both of these guys wiped out? I mean, they're completely.
Oh yeah, the two that have been hit have been decimated. These are not particularly strong bandits.
Gotcha. Can I hang back this turn, or do I have to make an attack?
You do not have to. You can hang back if you would like. You never have to attack.
Okay, I'm going to keep my knives in my hand, but I'm going to hang back.
Okay. All right. So you are ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to bring us to that bandit's turn. He has been stabbed to death. So Rowan, it's your turn.
I am going to cast my Entangles.
Okay, very good. All right, so you can go ahead and cast. That is Entangle. And I just want to quickly double check on the radius of that. That is...
range is 90 feet, area is 20.
Yeah, 20 foot. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can capture 2 of the remaining 4 individuals if you would like.
I would like to do that, please. Yes.
Okay. So I am going to make a... Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a strength saving throw for the 2 in there. That is 2 gigantic failures. So they are both the vines. As you reach out your hands, Rowan, and mutter these words in your druidic tongue, these vines rip up from the cracked, dry ground and start wrapping these 2 individuals from the legs up, and they start going like, oh, cool! And like being grabbed and grappled and held in place, restrained by the vines. And that is going to be... Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
No.
Okay. So the bandits... let's see. The bandits are going to... the 2 who are being bound are going to... no, actually, no. The 2 who are not bound are going to attempt to run away. So they're going to turn and flee into the night. Yeah, as they run, one of them runs away and dives out into the night, and you lose track of him. The other one starts running, and you have a pretty clear line of sight on him as he continues to run away. He's moving around quite a lot, quite easy to keep track of. The other 2 are going to attempt to start breaking free from the vines. Let's see. It looks like one of them succeeds. So he pulls off one of the vines from his leg and just starts taking off and running into the night. The other one cannot break free. Howell, it's your turn.
I would like to go stab this entrapped man.
Okay.
Stab.
Thankfully,
Go ahead.
there are no doors around for me to get my sword stuck into.
Go ahead. Go ahead and attack with advantage because he is restrained.
All right.
There is still the sand.
There is still the sand, and we have dice for days.
We got 2 full
That's
dice
true.
saved up.
All right. So that's a D20 plus. What am I rolling? It has been a while.
So this would be a D20 plus your. I believe you have short swords. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So you're going to add your dexterity modifier to those.
Okay. All right. With advantage.
With
means-
advantage.
Okay. What's the formula for rolling with advantage?
Okay, so it is going to be exclamation point. Wait. Oh dear, I've forgotten because I don't use the machine.
I'll just roll twice. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh, and it's also plus an additional 2, so that's actually 23.
Okay. Well, 23.
23 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. Damage. Is that what is my damage? I'm so
That's going to be 1d6 plus your dexterity modifier.
okay.
Okay. So the first strike connects and slashes across this guy's chest, and he goes like, "Nah! Ah!" Would you like to continue turn?
Yes.
All right. You can also attack with your bonus action due to your feat as well.
Yep. That is the plan. Do I get advantage on this one too?
Yes, he is restrained, but a 20 hits. So,
Okay. Yeah.
For the purposes of brevity, to be honest with you, he doesn't have
Yeah.
enough health for you to not kill him with this one.
Okay.
So how would you like to do this? You can describe how you would like to kill him. That is something that I get from Critical Role. I've been watching it for a long time. It's not a habit I can break. So how would you like to do this? How do you want to do this?
Howell is going to take his offhand short sword and drive it directly under his chin, upwards.
Whoa.
I thought you wanted to stab.
That is a stab.
I mean, that's it.
This is
Okay.
all his pent up not getting his stabs in.
As you stab upward, the guard goes.
Oh, these are guards.
I misspoke. Bandit.
Okay.
No, he, as you pull your sword out, collapses. You will now see Raegar's arm has covered in these strange bright red markings leading from the ring down his arm.
Yeah, no, you're fine, dude. You're fine.
Guys.
I am going to run over and place my hand on his hand in the ring and cast detect magic spell.
Okay. As
Be
you
really careful, there's a weird voice talking to me.
as you cast your detect magic, it is magical. It is radiating an intense magic. And this is, let me just remind myself, look at my notes. Apologies. It is...
And just for context for everyone watching, this ring came from our little pre-adventure we had before we started the podcast. We had a little mini adventure in the town. The festival when we started the podcast was actually a celebration for us saving that town, and that during that adventure is where we came across, or rather Raegar came across this ring. Right?
Right, he found it. Yeah. Yep.
I took it.
He found it on the mayor's body. It is abjuration magic, protection magic.
What do you see?
Pretty cool
What
tattoos.
I know, right?
It's protection magic, but
Oh, so I'm fine.
no, not if you're hearing voices.
Oh,
What are they saying?
hold on a second. Hey, voice. Voice. I
Silence.
know you're there.
Raegar, what did it say to you before? When did it start talking?
It started talking whenever I started killing those guys. It was like, feed me more and I'll make you stronger or something like that, which I'm cool with. I'm totally cool with that.
We have to get that off of you now.
But it's gonna make me strong.
No. I have a horrible feeling about this, Raegar. Take it off, please.
Fine. So I again try to take it off with all
A
my might.
burning pain sears your arm.
What are you doing, you fool?
They said I gotta take you off, so I gotta take you off.
Do you continue to persist?
Yes.
Okay. You take 2 points of fire damage
Ugh.
as the ring tightens and the burning intensifies.
Ow, 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 ow.
We could be so strong together. It's been so long since I've been wielded by such a capable warrior.
Oh, capable.
Raegar, take it off. Don't listen to it.
Hold on a second here. Hold on
No,
a second.
don't listen to it.
But
Do we all hear the voices?
No, it is
Okay.
just Raegar.
I get to, but he's talking. He's talking
Yeah.
to something.
Yeah, he is responding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only hear what Raegar says.
Whatever it's telling you, don't listen. Take it off,
Hold on a
Raegar.
second. Like, okay, like when you say like we're gonna get stronger, like are you gonna make me hurt my friends,
Silence.
or do we just hurt bad people?
You are the wielder. I am simply the tool.
There you
If you're the tool, that means we're only going to hurt bad people.
Raegar?
Bingo.
Hold
Do
on.
that.
No.
Hold on.
Smart move.
We're only going to hurt bad people. Otherwise, you're coming off my ring. You're getting off my finger.
Raegar, just take it off.
I'll chop off my finger if that's the case. Think I won't? I can still fight. I'll still be the champ.
Raegar.
Hold on a second,
Define
guys. Oh,
Bad people.
only bad people. And these people here, even Rowan, even though a lot of times I hate her, we don't hurt them. Only bad people.
I step up and I take Rhaegar's face in my hand and I plead with him, take this off.
Hold on a second. I think I got it. I think we're good. Right, voice? What do I call you?
It's like Satan.
Make another wisdom saving throw, Raegar.
Oh.
Wisdom saving.
Oh man.
You have dice.
I don't know why that got.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely using the one of those 20s. Let's do that again, or let's add to it.
Mm-hmm.
Much better.
That is 21. That is 21 total.
Yes.
Your hand, of its own accord, tightens around Rowan's throat. The rest of you is completely free to do as it will, but that one hand is now gripping Rowan.
Stop.
No.
Raegar!
Rhaegar bad. Bad Rhaegar. Rhaegar stop.
I said let go now. And like with all my might, I try to pull my hand off. Jed,
Go
help
ahead.
me.
Make
Help?
you may help. Yes, one of you please make a strength check with advantage with the help of the other one, or you can roll two separate checks. Your choice.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay,
And we still got one d20 if necessary.
we do.
Yes, please.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe later on we need to, like, convince a guard or something.
18.
Plus your
18.
strength.
Plus your strength
whoops.
modifier.
Plus strength, so plus 6.
Your
Your
strength,
strength modifier is
six?
plus 6.
He's strong.
I think he's looking
Yeah,
at a
that is not-
saving throw.
Oh, right. I was going to say that is not possible. At the top of the sheet where it's got Constitution, Dexterity, Strength, what is the modifier there?
+4 or +5?
Oh, plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay. So it's 22. Okay, you managed to peel your hand back with Jed's help. And the voice in your head goes,
No, we could be unstoppable.
See, now you're coming off. And I just, with all my might, pull that ring off.
okay, make another strength check. And this one is just you. You take 6 points of fire damage while you do this.
Okay, 21.
21. Okay, you managed to get it off. And as you pull it off, as it leaves your finger, there is a massive explosion. Everyone who is standing within 20 feet of Raegar, I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
This guy whose face I wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
How close was he? Because I
Well,
don't
he's,
think.
I mean, like, he's super dead, but he was about 15 feet away.
Okay.
Oh, no, Raegar ran off in the other direction, so he's 30 feet away.
Okay. Sweet. I'm sorry about your hand and stuff, but
Number
I'm
in
hanging.
parentheses, yeah?
Yeah, this is going to be the dexterity saving throw.
Up like at the top of the sheet.
Yeah.
What? That can't be right.
No, that's nothing plus 3.
Oh, you know what? It didn't copy pasta.
Okay, 15. All right, so we have 15, 14, and 11. Okay, so Jed, you take half damage from this. Alfie and Rowan, you take full damage. So that is 15 points of fire damage to all of you. As the explosion goes off and throws you backwards. Raegar, you take the full brunt of that. So you take 15 points as well.
Oof.
And the ring is now lying inert on the ground in a small black circle of burn. There's a burn mark on the ground.
Is Rowan okay?
Right, lady, you okay?
At this point, Howell's running over to check on them.
Okay. You run over. They're starting to get up. They're burned and singed, and it's not fun, but it doesn't appear as though anyone is in danger of dying.
What? What the hell just happened?
I think that ring is a bad idea, guys. Ow.
Yeah. Tried to tell you that.
Howell, like, kind of stares at the ring.
In the glowing, glittering firelight, Howell, you hear something. You hear the screams from that night. You hear the crackling of the fire from that night. And a low voice whispers very softly in the back of your mind.
I could help you get your revenge.
Shiver goes down Hal's spine.
Remember that, boy.
At this point, Hal's like glancing around to see if everyone's still like gathering their wits.
It was a pretty nasty explosion.
Okay. Hal picks up the ring to look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, just
Just
you
hold
want to get
it.
you want to get a look at it, right? What's wrong
Yeah,
with you?
Yeah.
Taking a look
It
at
looked
it.
like it was somebody
No.
see him do this, please.
I was about to say, Alfie definitely sees this, as do you, Rowan. You two have the high enough passive perception to notice him having picked this up and just looking at it.
I look over at him and grumble, Hal, stop.
I should hold on to this.
No.
You know,
No.
we got the cat. Our cat friend could check it out.
Hell. And I kind of pull back my cloak a little bit. I had partially drawn my knife, and I was getting ready to say that I was going to climb up Raegar's arm and cut off his finger to get the ring off of his finger. I kind of hold the knife kind of half unsheathed in a way that Hal can see it. And I just say to him, put the ring down. Now.
No, hold on. I mean,
Threaten you.
Tiny elf, what are you doing?
somebody's got to hold on to the ring. We can't just leave it out here. Even if it is bad, we got to...
Jed is talking sense.
We can't just leave it. It's
That's
bad.
exactly what we need to do.
We bury it. But you don't take it with you.
Bury it. Someone will find it.
Well, that's their problem at that point. And I get up because I took a lot of damage.
You did. Raegar, your finger that the ring was on is blackened and shriveled.
Oh, snap.
And does not bend with the rest of your fingers.
Okay, so hear me out. Howl, look what it did to Raegar's hand and Rowan's neck. It's bad. It's a bad ring. You know that, right?
How? Don't do it. Whatever it's telling you, don't. Leave it.
What I'm saying is, if it's bad, then who better to watch over it than good guys? And we're clearly good guys. We leave it out here, anybody could find it. At least with us we know it's safe, until we can bring it somewhere to someone who can destroy it maybe, like that Cassandra lady. She was a wizard mayor.
I reflect the desires of those who wield me. You and I could find the truth.
And at this point, Hal throws the ring into what remains of our campfire.
Okay.
No. The ring needs to not come with us.
Good call. My hand, my finger.
And I sheathe my dagger. Or knife.
I would
At this
like
point-
to try to heal Raegar's hand.
Okay.
No.
What would you like to attempt to cast on it?
Cure wounds, maybe. Let's see.
So Cure Wounds will
Unjar
heal
hot
the
dog.
damage. Yeah, Cure Wounds will heal the damage. If you have, well, no, that's I think too high a level spell. But Greater Restoration could fix his finger. Lesser Restoration could give him some movement.
I have lesser restoration.
Okay.
I
If
will
you would like to cast that. Okay.
Yes, please.
So you grip his finger, and you guys get a fresh, cool breeze and a scent on the air of pine and acorns. And when she lets go, the pain has dulled, Raegar, and you can move the blackened finger.
Well, thanks. And then I take my hand and I just go away off by myself.
Okay.
The fire destroying the ring.
The ring is sitting undamaged in the fire, but the flame on the ring is out now.
Would it be possible with the fire out to carry it as Raegar once did without it interacting with the person?
That is something you could check.
I would like to do that, because if that's the case, then I would like to put it on my necklace and be in charge of it.
Okay.
Just to keep everybody else safe. If I do it without being tempted.
Sure. Okay, you attempt to flick it out of the fire.
Actually, I'm going to use. I'm going to use my cantrip of Druidcraft that I can instantly snuff out a campfire.
Okay. The fire goes out.
And I go and I'm scared to pick it up.
Jed goes and picks it up, sensing what
Jed
Rowan's
just walks over
doing.
and picks it up.
Yeah.
Jed, what are you doing?
Doing what you were gonna do, except instead of you, it's me.
It's slightly warm in your hand. You don't hear anything.
Jed, are there voices talking to you?
Nope. I'm strong too, Bright Lady.
I
Heartstrong.
know you are. I know you are. Will you let me have the ring since you can't hear any voices?
I think I should keep it because I don't hear any voices.
And please, let me be in charge of it.
Kind of weird that it's a ring that does bad stuff and you really want it.
I just want to put it around my neck, on my necklace to keep it safe.
How about I put it
I
around
know-
my neck on my necklace to keep it safe?
Because I know magic, Jed, and you don't.
That's probably better than I have it then, so it doesn't corrupt your magic. When I... how do I put this in normal talk? I have to prove that I can protect people. And if I can't protect the people closest to me,
And
Then
you
what-
prove that every day that you're with us.
Bright Lady, I'm not giving you the ring. But thank you. And Jed claps her on the shoulder and walks off with it.
Okay. Alrighty, so the night wears on. Uneventful after that. Is there anything that any of you would like to do before sunrise and you guys get through the wall and into Brindamere?
Has Mr. Dren come back?
He is still on the line, no.
Okay. I just wrap up my hand.
Okay.
I've been like very uncharacteristically quiet, and I avoid Rowan like the plague.
Okay.
Howell is off on his own, just off in the corner of the camp, and he's thumbing through a book that he carries with him. It's charred and has some questionable stains on it. Not that kind of questionable. It's blood.
Dark red stains,
Yeah. Yeah.
not white ones.
And
I'm
he's
talking about sex, Howell.
he's having a real serious moment. Anywho, he's clearly shooken up and wants to be alone.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I walked into it.
Okay.
I can clearly and obviously Raegar wants space, being uncharacteristically quiet and such. But I do at least step over to him, not too close, but just close enough to kind of get his attention. And I just say, "You saved me back there. Thanks."
I could have killed somebody.
You didn't.
I guess. I don't think I want this finger to be healed.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Would you really have cut off your own finger to get the ring off?
I told you before. I'm not letting you make another decision like that alone. I'm gonna be stronger. I'm gonna help you. So that the next time that decision has to be made, you don't have to be alone.
You don't need to be all tough right now, Raegar. I'm just wanting to let you know. If it was on for a second longer, I'd have done it myself. And I turn around and I walk away.
And I put the gauntlet on I don't wear it often, but I just keep the gauntlet on now to help. Because I'm imagining like there's a little weakness, so that gauntlet will help kind of
stabilize your grip.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. All right. Is there anything else that anyone would like to do before the evening wraps up?
If Jed could get a quiet moment with Alfyur, with when no one else is paying attention to him,
Sure.
he'd like to pull her aside and talk to her.
Of course.
Alfie.
There. How you holding up, big guy?
Not too bad. Crazy night, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with the thing and the halfling guy, but I do know you did what was best. 'Cause when I originally asked, you didn't want to give him the thing, but then you did give him the thing. So I know you must have really been pushed hard to do that, he says, and you see him really struggling to find the words. I just wanted to say thank you for protecting us.
I give him a tiny little smile. And I say, Jedidiah, you trust me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was pushed.
Okay. Look, don't tell anybody else, okay? But I left home to learn to be strong. But I think what you did shows that you're already strong. Now, you don't gotta say yes, but if you want it, and he offers, he pulls out of his pocket a necklace with the ring on it. I know I could trust you with it, for sure. I'm happy with keeping it, but if you feel like it would be safer, I trust you with it too, to do the right thing.
I kind of furrow my brow at him, kind of look confused. Do you not hear the voices Raegar heard?
I don't know. I don't think Raegar heard the voices until he put it on.
Do you feel like you need to put it on?
No, it's bad.
You really do have a good heart, don't you?
Yep. That's what my dad said. But I'm out here trying to figure it out. Prove him right.
Well, let me tell you something, Jed. Sometimes being strong is admitting that you need help. So I want you to keep the ring, but you need to promise me something, okay?
Yeah?
You need to promise me the moment you start to feel funny with it, if you start hearing voices, if you feel like put it on, if something bad, anything bad you feel like is coming from that, you've got to tell one of us you need help. Okay?
Okay. I promise.
All right.
Thanks, Jed.
And as you all head to your respective places to sleep, trying to relax with what little is left of the night, Howell, just before you drift off to bed, as you are holding the book,
I'll still be here when you're ready, boy.
And that is where we're going to call this session.
Ooh, I got chills. I got chills.
Woo! Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It was so great. We had such a great time.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Oh man.
Such character development.
Such character development.
A lot of
Wow.
surprising amount of feels.
I know.
Oh,
All
man.
aboard.